Home ain't ever what you wanted it to be. So you packed your things and you left. Took a train, left somewhere out west, and you found what looks like hope. You take that little bit of change you got in your pocket and you build a ranch, maybe a nice little family. But unfortunately, there's never hope. Welcome to Crystal Grit. Mind your pistols now.
And hello, everybody. How are
Howdy.
you? Howdy, y'all. Howdy, ho. We are Hard Knock Dice. I, specifically, am Ian, the Dungeon Master for Whispers in the Dust, which is the game that we are doing here at the moment on, I was about to say on every Wednesday, but Wednesdays for now. We may do something else. I don't know. But, welcome for the 16th episode. I forgot. A whole week passed, and I was like, I forget all numbers. But yeah. So this, of course, this campaign is our Fantasy West game here on Hard Knock Dice that we play on Wednesdays. So thank you for joining us. And as per usual, before we get started, there's gonna be a link popping up here in the chat in like a moment because I'm going to summon it into existence. But if you click on it, it will take you somewhere to donate money for Extra Life, because we're doing charity for Children's Hospital of Atlanta, which is a good cause, helps sick or otherwise like kids who need it. So I encourage you to do that. Lawful kind thing. Heart wallets. The more I think about the heart wallets thing, I think of this motion, I'm realizing it's the heart wallet is your rib cage. That is the heart wallet. It's very big. It's more like a heart bag, heart purse, perhaps.
It's just a side pocket that's on your heart and you reach into it. Ribs is just something you got to get past.
Very well. It's like the pocket on your jeans, and
exactly.
Then I see.
You don't have the cargo heart?
Denim ribs, you know. Anyway, yeah. So do that thing. It's good. Aside from that, I don't think we got anything else going on. We are approaching the end of March. I don't think we have any more birthdays for a bit. So as I click summon to make sure I've got my players, I'm still missing 2.
Missing me.
I just hit summon. Where are you, fucker?
I forgot to open Tailspy.
Pursuit. Anyway, well, while they do that, last session, not last week, the week before last, but the last session here in Whispers in the Dust, our players began a plan. It's not a train robbery, it's more of a train assassination, a train sabotage, where they've been tasked by the mayor of Crystal Grit, Desmond Sinclair, also known as the leader of the gang known as the Talent Gang. Tasked them with killing a fucking marshal of the Arcane Commerce Consortium, because he is on his way to Crystal Grit and may potentially, fuck things up for Sinclair and his goons. So they have been sent to moita him in such a way that Crystal Grit and Sinclair himself will not fall under suspicion. So they decided, fuck this man's train up. We're gonna crash it into a chasm at the hands of the talented pyrotechnic Sarah Bell, who is waiting with her hand on the button to trigger the dynamite and her other arcanotech explosives that she is strapped to it, while the rest of our party were to on the train to make sure that the Marshal A did not escape, and B, hopefully not kill everybody on the train. Hopefully, separate most of the train cars and save most of the civilians. largely successful on that front. Only a couple of people did not exit the train car before they performed the split. However, suspicion was raised, and shortly thereafter, bullets started flying as calico-clad Kelly shot the fuck out of him before getting gunned down by his henchmen. But it is a sight, as you will soon see. Most of our party are in the safety of the relative safety of the train cars that are not going to be careening off the edge of a cliff, while Alistair and an unconscious Clyde are in mid-leap, hoping to make it across the gap, shotgun blasted behind him and below him to get a little bit of extra lift and distance before casting Featherfall, hoping to safely cross the 60-foot gap to the safe car as it moves to meet him. God damn, that's fucking, say it out loud, like, that's crazy. So if we could move to our battle map, the rest of our players who are not either primed to blow up a bridge or are floating through the air are locked in deadly train combat with this marshal, who has caused telekinetically 4 revolvers to float up around him and fire on their own, or at some mental command that he has been making. Wow, this is fucked. So, there are also some poor guys that are, their job is just to protect trains normally, and now they have gotten looped into this, and it's bad. One fell under a train, the other is gonna go into the chasm. It's chaos. There's screaming civilians who are trying to not get shot. Good times. So, I like the idea of we're gonna find out whether Alistair makes this jump back on his turn as he is floating through the air.
I'm near the end of initiative.
You are near the end of initiative. Because I think we ended with you beginning that process, right?
Fuck, I thought I had a whole round. Is that what we did? Whoops.
I believe that you began this process and then we ended because John was already dead and Sarabella is sitting there waiting. So we're coming around as you're jumping through the air, heroically blasting off with your, it's not a rocket jump, it's a shotgun jump. Shotgun thunder wave jump, shunder wave, I don't know. So you're flying through the air. You will be making an acrobatics check on your turn to make sure you stay on target and ideally, I'm assuming, just sail right through the door so that you don't, slam into the side of the train.
That would be preferable, at least on this little platform in front of me.
Meaning, that's ideal.
Easy.
Next up is, just landing on the platform. Next is hitting the side of the train and having to grab onto the platform. Worst case scenario is going under the train. And then, not much better is just somehow skewing off to the side and just hitting the ground and being separated from your friends. So you can ruminate on that for a little bit while we go to our top of the initiative, which our very top of the initiative is Miss Bell. You are in here. The marshal has started squaring up. There's bullets flying. You've got a couple of train watchers who have joined the fray at the behest of the marshal as he is clarified that there are people trying to rob the train, and that's or something at the very least. Y'all are up to some nefarious deed.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I want to see how far it is to him. Oh no! That would be all my movement. If I move 15 feet, how does that impact the amount of cover he's got? I mean, halfway up the aisle.
You need to get an angle where, his model is not, because remember, the reason everybody's standing on their seats is because the models will not go in between them.
Right.
So he is standing in this gap right here. So you would either need to get, have to climb up on top of something to negate your own cover, or you would have to get right next to him. Like you'd have to cut off the angle. Basically, you just have to cut off the angle of your line of sight versus the cover he's taking behind.
Okay. So, all right. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move here.
Check the plane chat real quick. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Hold that thought. Somebody saving my life.
Yeah.
You just need. Oh, okay. So I don't have to be able to see him for that.
Yeah. I mean, you can see him. You can place. You know where he's at. It's just if you're firing, guns or any other projectile, that's what he's getting cover from. He wouldn't get cover from an AOE like
spell.
Shatter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna cast Shatter at 2nd level.
Okay. Very nice. That is a Constitution saving throw, right?
Hank. My glasses. Okay. Without my glasses.
Because it's my favorite
yes.
spell of all time.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I apologize. That is unfortunate. That is a 19 on this, like on the dice for the saving throw. So he'll still take half damage.
That was rude. That was extraordinarily rude. Okay.
Just roll max damage.
And DM,
Yeah,
I just, not that I'm fishing for things, but
Right.
objects are affected by shatter. Like
Sure.
maybe booths and stuff like that.
Sure. We'll see how much damage she deals.
2, 3, 4. 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. So even halved, that's 11 thunder damage. Very nice.
And with the 21, like the chairs can't make a Constitution saving throw, can
No,
they?
I believe technically they can, but
Oh,
I think it's a weird thing of like, I think in the wording of the spell, it's like objects have disadvantage on this saving throw.
No,
Which is
creatures
weird.
made of inorganic material
Oh.
have disadvantage. Objects
it's-
just take the damage.
it
Objects
says a
take-
non-magical object that
Yeah,
isn't being
yeah.
worn or carried also
These
takes
are-
the damage.
Crazy
in that
guys,
area.
these are all magical chairs. They're very nice.
+1 chairs. Let's go.
Oh my
That's
Pick one
we
up.
were just talking about these trains they're created through artifice, so technically the whole train is magic.
Are you telling me that I can pry up one of these pillows and use it as a goddamn shield, Ian?
+1
Perhaps.
+1 pillow fight. Let's go.
But
So if it's a 10-foot
it is a
sphere,
10-foot radius. So yeah, if you're casting it right on his person,
Yeah.
that's not quite half of. Oh wait, he would be in it, wouldn't he?
who is that?
These are a civilian.
Sucks
Well,
to be
I
that
hate it,
civilian.
but we told
what's
you to
his
go get
phone
free
say?
drinks. We told you.
She can position it further back if she didn't want to.
Yeah, if you wanted to not hit,
yeah.
you could have chosen
I
to
would.
not hit the civilian if you so chose.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to not if I.
I
can
do
avoid
need to
it,
make
but-
a save for the other dude though. Where's the stat blocks for those guys?
Nat 1,
Um,
nat 1, nat 1.
Their con save is not great. 11. So that guy takes 21
Okay.
points of damage.
Okay.
Um,
And so it looks like it busts out 2 seats, half of the other one, and the window.
Sorry,
part of the wall.
I'm trying to do math, and it is apparently very hard for me. Windows without question are shattering. The outside of the train, made of some sterner stuff, obviously. So
Sure.
cracks running up the walls, definitely damaging them, but not quite getting rid of them. The chairs are. Oh god, these chairs are made of a bunch of other objects. Oh! Whoops.
You can do that. We don't mind. Just say take them out.
I'm just gonna.
Take them.
We're just gonna like the remains of this booth and everything. It's shattered. It's no longer gonna provide effective cover. Oh my goodness,
whoops.
my camera is so fucked. So,
Make it stop.
oh my gosh, this does not like me just deleting things by hand. Okay, but definitely doing some damage to him, but definitely breaking up the cover he is currently, taking cover behind. Anything else for your turn? That's your action. You exploded him.
And I'm just gonna like lay down in the floor behind the seat to get as much cover as possible.
He doesn't even need to make any concentration checks or anything, does he?
He did, but he succeeded.
Damn.
I just realized that technically, since dropping prone is a free action, that kind of screwed up the whole idea of hunkering, huh? Being its own thing. Whoops. Hindsight being what it is. Whatever. We will chill for the moment. So you have. We'll say, go and say you didn't move. I do want to make sure that we're remaining to those mechanics somewhat. You didn't move, so you can use your movement to drop down, gaining further cover.
Okay.
All right, and is that it for your turn? Any bonus actions?
Yes. Not at this juncture. Thank you. I don't think. Wait, let me double check. Let me double check. Where are my bonus actions now?
You do. You can command Gus.
Oh yeah. I'll command Gus. I'll send Gus over there to chomp him.
Okay. How much movement does Gus have?
Gus has. Oh my goodness, you got many things that require me to see. He has 40 feet.
Oh, he's got plenty. So
and
it
of
just
clim
cost him
and
an extra
40 feet
5
of
foot.
movement.
Yeah, it just cost him. He'd be able to get on over if you wanted him to go. If we want to remove that measurement, we are good on that front.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What do I do? Oh, I just escaped. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so let's see. Where are you, Gus? Oh, there he is. Okay, so he's right there. So yeah, he's just gonna move the 2 feet and try to maul him.
All right. Go ahead and roll that attack. Don't believe he was still shielded
Poor
from
buddy.
his last reaction.
Yeah, he missed. That shatter kind of knocked him for a loop. Oh wait, Gus was in the shatter.
No, he was not. No, he was not. That was he moved. He moved into
okay.
that space.
Oh, I thought I just killed my dog.
No.
I was traumatized for a minute. Okay, no, he missed him. But his sensitive wolfy ears threw off his balance.
He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it just threw him off his balance because I rolled a 3 and there is nothing that's going to make that hit anybody. Anyway, so in that case, can we move him back? How far did he move? Can he move?
He moved about 15 feet. 20 feet since he had to climb up over the booth, probably. So. Okay,
so let's move him.
He does not have a reaction.
No, he doesn't have that 15. So yeah, he'll be right in this
climb on
space
over
right there. Yeah, and he'll kind of duck down. He'll try to hunker down a little bit.
A lot going on.
Puppy.
These guys are all. I'm actually gonna knock these guys prone because that's probably what they have done. These guys have all they have been hitting the deck since round bullets started flying. Okay, ending Bell's turn. That brings us to the Marshal's turn. Woo!
Fuck.
Fun times. So, let's see here. What does he want to do? He's got 3 known hostiles.
Surrender.
I surrender. No. He's first. I mean, what has he got? He's gonna trust himself. The person who's closest to him is Callie. So, and Geist got as farther back and has some potential friendlies around him. So we're gonna be going between Belle and Callie.
Mm-hmm. And remind me how much partial cover is again?
Currently you have +3 cover.
+3. Okay.
Yep. And if you
that's for both of us.
Yeah, you sacrifice your movement. Your movement. You have a +6 right now. For your cover bonus.
Sweet, thank you.
He's gonna split them down the middle. The guns are going to turn, and the two on the right are gonna fire at Callie. Two on the left are gonna fire at Belle. So first at Callie, 26 on the first shot,
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
and a 23 on the second.
Yeah, both hit.
So it-
Just barely scrapes your AC, right?
Counterspell.
Speaking
This
of
special
counterspell,
genius.
did you do a Constitution saving throw
He did, yeah.
or concentration?
He
Oh,
Yes, I
boo.
did roll. Yeah, I rolled the concentration. It was only DC 10 because he saved, so he only took half damage. That is 17 points of damage on the first shot, Callie,
Okay.
minus your DR.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your DR.
Yep.
Much shittier on the second damage roll for 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
Second shot's coming at Bell. Remember, you have +6 onto your AC, so 10 plus your dex +6. First shot, fuck me, 29.
That hit.
Jones is
This
weird
man
being on the other
rolling
side of this, man. The
dice,
fucking
man.
dice are rolling high. Out the gate.
I know how that goes.
However, only a 12 on the second shot. I assume the 12 misses.
That should solidly
Yes.
miss.
I would
Yeah.
hope so.
Yes, it does.
I do. I went and I picked up Alex's golden D20 that he was using on Saturday. I've got it. Jones
Rude.
thinks he's got one. I swapped it out. It's a fake. That he's got.
Oh well, I mean that's good for us on
Bitch,
Saturday.
you just
I
rolled a
guess.
2.
I
You
fin-
did.
That is.
That dice only rolls well when saving against my spells.
That is a 14 damage on that shot. That does hit.
And I'm down.
Is that counting your DR? Did you take your DR off of that?
DR.
Damage
What's the
reduction.
DR?
So, what kind of armor are you wearing?
My arm is.
Are you wearing studded leather?
Yes.
So you take 2 off of that. So you actually take 12 damage.
Oh, okay, good. Yay.
So you're still up.
Barely, but yes. Not if
Okay.
you. Not much longer, but
That's
quite
his
woozy.
bonus action. He is then going to use his action as you see, kind of reaches down into like what looks like kind of like, you know, the little ammo boxes or ammo pouches. Pops the top off that, grabs some, like, it looks like maybe it's a little shinier than gunpowder, flings it up into the air and traces some arcane runes in it before 3 flickering images of himself appear around him. And he's gonna step across the way to the other booths. He's not gonna get any closer to you guys. Action for mirror image, bonus action to fire his pistols. What's up?
So fuck, that is not good.
That ends his turn. Geist, that brings us to you, my man. You are well in cover. There's a dude right next to you who you know fired a shot into the cushions of the chair behind you on his last turn.
Yup. DM, what would be the checks involved in leaping out of the window?
It depends. What are you trying to do?
Sticky boots run on the side, like would that
You're
be?
just trying to get out onto the side. Okay,
Not
you're
right
not trying
this
to
moment,
dive out.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, you know how like you vault over the top of a car, except like vault out and then just keep holding on so your legs swing and then hit the side instead.
I mean, these are magic boots, technically speaking. So I'd say we'll just call it. You can use your object interaction to basically grab onto the top, give yourself a little boost, and come swinging down with both boot heels to shatter the glass. You will have to navigate your own model out there using the open back door.
Man, I was super not planning for mirror image. Tell him to stop cheating off of Milo's notes.
What?
I am going to bonus action throw a card to teleport here.
Okay, so you were not going out the window?
Not right now.
Okay.
I wanted to know
I
so
narrated
that
just shattering the window for no reason. My bad.
no, I was wanting to know what would be involved, so if I needed to take that
You have
course of
sticky
action.
boots. You literally just need to get out the window and cool. So I'd say it's just going to cost your object interaction to get out. So you couldn't get out and then back in on the same round without sacrificing action economy.
Well, the idea is probably to stay outside and fire through the window for comprehensive cover.
Right. So at the moment, you flicked a card, you have teleported over there. Oh, like can Gambit teleport with cards? I can't remember. Is that a thing he could do in X-Men? No. Okay. More of a Twisted Fate kind of thing than
Yeah.
more of a TF ult.
Yeah. So I TF ult over to the door, and
Very short range TF ult.
we're gonna take 2 shots at him.
Out of the bush.
Okay, taking 2 shots at him with your pistols. He's
Yeah.
not getting cover bonus because you've obviously negated it by moving up beside him.
26.
26. But I gotta roll for mirror image. Oh god.
Yes, 26.
Where are you? So as long as you get past his mirror image, that will hit. I just gotta. I fucking said he cast it and then I didn't pull up the spell.
He has to roll, I think, a 6 or above on a 1d20 or a 4 or above.
So if you have 3, roll a 6 or higher to change it to a 2. First shot, 26, fire. One of his images fades away.
That will be another 26.
Another 26. Oh,
I don't even know I'm getting excited about rolling 19s. This motherfucker's got mirror image up. 20 would just be a waste.
But previously he rolled a 9 on the d20 for his first image when he needed a 6 or higher. On this turn he needed an 8 or higher and rolled a 6. So this finds purchase.
Cool. We will go ahead and expend another favored foe.
Okay.
I just wasn't confident in expending my Zephyr Strike against his mirror images. So I'm not getting sneak
That's
attack on
fair.
it. Oh, that's good at least. Oh, that's very good at least.
Because that should be 2d8 plus 1d4, right, for your damage?
Yep. That will be, make sure I don't have anything else I add to it. Didn't get sneak attack.
Right.
Was not using sharpshooter. 21.
21. God damn. That, considering, did you take 2-weapon fighting for your ranger fighting style?
No.
That is wildly high damage on 2d8 plus 1d4, so isn't that 21?
At 2d8, I rolled a 7, an 8, a 2, and then plus my dex.
Do you have 2-weapon fighting?
This wasn't my offhanded. Oh wait, that was my first one hit the thing, so minus
first-
4. Fuck.
So how much? Minus what?
Minus 4, because it was
Minus
minus
4,
my
so
dex.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
I was thinking first attack that hits, I completely forgot the first one went through a fucking mirror image.
I was about to say, I was like, that's fucking insanely good damage rolls for no dex.
I would have had to have rolled literally, I think, max damage to get 21.
I think you would have had to.
No, that would be 20. 20. Yeah. So.
Hence my confusion. Anyway, so but still sneaking past his mirror image, getting a solid hit on him. Does y'all's as much as he's got defensive stuff. He was pretty hurt, badly hurt already. So y'all are wearing him down. Is that it for your turn?
Absolutely not. Object interaction to open that door. I can't open it. You have to.
Fuck. Close it back. Close it back.
You shove it open, and you see one of these train watchers who he had just climbed down, and you would see he was looking back and forth between both doors, deciding to. He seemed to be in analysis paralysis of whether to check on the people behind or to go see what the fuck was going on with all the gunfire.
The marshal's gone crazy. He's trying to kill everybody.
DM.
Yes, sir.
Could I have opened it, run out, and keep it closed behind me as I'm running out so it'll shut?
I mean, these doors do have windows on them. We have discussed previously. Not like giant ones, but they're to make sure you don't smack somebody who's trying to cross a relatively precarious.
Every little bit.
So I mean, you could, because you just used your teleport. You haven't used your movement, right?
No, none of it. Of which I have.
You have 30.
Yeah, it's 30 feet still.
So you got 30 foot.
Could you make me fly, please, DM?
Sure.
I wish to fly.
Make the bad man fly, mother.
I would be running out and basically going to be kind of between windows. Let me see if it'll let me. Upsy daisy. There we go. Upsy daisy. Okay.
As you go, go running past this guy, you hear the voice of the marshal following you as he says, the one with the pistols is a fake. He's one of the bandits. Get him. It's a fucking that train watcher who do what?
As I said, it's about to be very evident. Because guys, is gonna be making like something.
Did you just jump off, or are you still on the side?
No, it's on the side. I'm trying to get past the lanterns was giving me some trouble.
Gotcha.
That's.
You're still dressed like a staff member, right?
Yeah, that's why he said like the fucking. That's why he said the conductor or whatever the fuck. The attendant with the revolver is a fake.
I mean, if there's a window there, he saw me appear in a blast of cards and put 2 in his fucking.
Yeah. That was more for the benefit of anybody else who could hear him than necessarily the people in the car that you are. So yeah,
So, as he runs past this guy and kind of pulls the door shut behind him, hopefully this guy is still confused, because Geist is gonna say something to the tune of, "You'll never take me alive. I'm robbing the train for everything you got." Trying to basically draw aggro from that guy that was on the walkway. You are super muted.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I was typing and my keyboard's on. Between that commentary and the marshal yelling, "Get that fucker!" like he does seem to like, oh shit, and he's obviously not his turn, but he is moving to pursue you. Because he also has sticky boots, so he can follow you.
Yeah, just kind of a... I've got you this time and I'll get you again, handsome. Cheers.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally.
That brings us to his goon's turn. They are blissfully unaware of exactly what is happening. They are still waking up. The other 2 wake up 2 more of their fellows, leaving I think 1 more who is hypnotic patterns. They're fucking shaking everybody awake, and before starting to move towards the back of the train of what little good that will do them.
That door is closed, by the way.
Yeah.
For the little that it does matter.
It does. It, like I said, it really doesn't make it. They had to use the ones that are moving over there use their actions to like shake their buddies awake before turning and running back, because they didn't want to leave all their boys CC'd. It's not. I'm gonna be real with you. They're pretty screwed. So that does bring us, of course, to Callie's turn.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do some fiddling here. Okay. Okay. Can I'd like to object interact in hand spell my scroll of featherfall.
So flicking her your spell sphere.
Mm-hmm. And then I would like to move over here.
Okay, you just running.
Yep, just using my movement, so that he doesn't get his cover, even though I know there is.
Oh my God, I just saw where you hid your echo.
You just now found
I was like, there's a little hat over there. I'm sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. And I am gonna I'm just gonna attack him twice. So
Going to start blasting.
yeah.
Oh.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
A dirty 20. I'm trying to remember, what is the order of operations? Because we would determine. I roll his whether it hits a duplicate first, right?
Right.
Before determining whether he uses a reaction. Another duplicate poofs out.
Okay. Uh, 18 plus 6, so 24.
Or let's see, last duplicate. Let's see what last duplicate.
Okay. Well, at least he doesn't have mirror image anymore.
Correct. Yeah, you guys have negated his mirror image.
Shit. Okay. That's my action. That's my movement. That's all I can really do at this moment. Actually, give me a second. Do I have any? I don't. Okay. I'm just gonna end my turn there. I literally can't do anything more than that.
Okay. No bonus actions you want to take?
I don't have anything that's particularly worthwhile at this point. So, and I'm just kind of SOL because that's all my movement. So,
no blinks you want to use to get back to cover or anything?
You know.
Yeah, it's a good point. Kind of a bad place yet.
Actually, if you'll let me use my face step to go in between the train cars again.
I mean, you'd probably get you would be scuffling for space with this guy.
That's okay.
Gives him a disadvantage on his pistol attacks if he's using them anyway.
So that's a bit of a clusterfuck. Previously, you were sharing space with friendlies.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. You and Geist or somebody were all like, or no, it was you and an invisible Clyde, who was small. So this is a relatively narrow walkway. I mean, so you can. There could be risk involved. I mean, he could just try to shove you off the train.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
By off, I mean at that point that would be under.
Right.
How much damage can a train do?
All
I
of
feel
it.
like the wheels do significantly more.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen that? Was it the movie SWAT? Dude gets decapitated with a train.
No.
Pretty wild
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, I'll expend my last base step. But not go to the thing. I'll just go back in this direction.
I mean, you could also arguably. I don't know. It's a little funky getting line of sight. So no, we're good. So you're using it to go where?
I'm gonna use it to go.
Blink.
Yeah.
Okay.
here.
So
That's not what
But-
I wanted.
yeah, presumably into that
Mhm.
cover. Okay, for sure.
Yeah, and the marshal's gonna get 3 points of fire damage as I flip him off.
What's the AOE on it?
It's within 5 feet. Oh, I can choose.
So that would you would tag this guy
Oh, okay. I
because you
suppose
are
so.
across the aisle from the marshal.
Fine.
But hey,
That
3
guy-
points of fire damage every little bit.
He's taken it already before, so it's more.
Yeah, he like these dudes would be like, oh god, he got exploded by Bell throwing the shatter sphere. Fucking, you toasted him a little bit. He's like looking a little bit like a marshmallow.
Couldn't she just like step up on the cushion right here and then teleport?
Did she? I don't. Did if she had the movement for it? I don't know how much
Oh.
movement she had left.
Yeah.
I was not. I did not see
I
what
was
she measured out.
basically at 30, so
Damn.
Gotcha.
yeah.
I say like definitely if you can step into range, eke out what damage you can. I didn't see how much movement you had left.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. I don't think I had enough, so.
All right. Ending Callie's turn, but you have gotten successfully back into cover. Probably a better place to be. That brings us to technically this is when the goons should have gone. So this is when they're waking people up. But who cares? The train watchers. That is their turn. There's some shit going on. This guy is fucking hitting the deck. This guy basically has 2 hostiles that he is aware of. He only got 1 attack. So 1 through 3, Miss Bell. 4 through 6, Callie. If I can acquire a D6 from somewhere. He's gonna be taking his shot at Callie. As he scrambles to take the cover that Geist just vacated. Oh jeez, there on that D20. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is gonna miss. Where'd they go? 13.
It misses my with cover. I have 19
Very
currently.
nice. So firing his like as he's scrambling into cover, came into this firefight, he fires up and over, tearing out some more cushioning and stuff from the seating where you find yourself. This guy, he's in a slightly different predicament. He has more hostiles. There's the dog that he knows is hostile, so he's got 3. So we're gonna go from left to right again. 1, 2, Gus. 3, 4, Callie. 5, 6, Bell. He is unfortunately gonna try to shoot Gus, as he also he scrambles up to this cover right here. Gus does have cover himself right now since he went over there, so he has a +3 to his armor class. That's a 10. I think that misses. These guys are not doing it. Also
Not
firing.
quite martial quality.
Yeah, these guys are not. They're not nearly as good as him. They're worse than his goons. Like these guys are mostly there to dissuade stuff. Like they are much deadlier than your average bear, but not nearly to the same degree. So more stuffing and wood going flying. That leaves this one, who is I need to also make fly as he run. Oh my god, you're right. The fucking lanterns, Jesus. As he comes running around on the wall, sees you, and immediately draws and goes to fire at you, Geist. I'm not gonna roll that one. That was the one that rolled a 5. That is a 17. Guys,
I'm pretty sure that hits. Scroll.
I don't think you have a +7 dex. And currently no cover bonus.
That's right. That's right.
14
hits.
Ooh, he rolled really well in his damage dice. His bonuses aren't nearly as high though.
Wait. Did you add your +1 magic armor because you were within 60 feet of me because of warding bond?
It still wouldn't have. That would only brought it
you're,
to a 15.
that's right. You're warding bonded. So you're only about to take half the damage that's coming at you, Callie. You're going to take the other half.
Cool. That's fine. That's fine.
Good memory. So that's 13 points of damage. Split that down the middle, however the two of you choose.
I'll take 7.
7.
Okay.
So you take 6 damage, Callie.
Okay.
But still, that's way better than taking the full 13 yourself, I suppose. For either of you.
Yeah.
Well, it basically is good because it doubles the amount of DR being applied. So.
Amen. Good stuff.
I don't take damage reduction on that because
that is just being transferred to you.
It's
You
magic.
take
Yeah,
the
no,
full.
it's magic.
Yeah, that's magically transferred damage.
Yeah.
I think it even says that this damage can't be reduced in any way in the spell.
Yeah,
If you've got temp HP, there you go. But so that's those guys. We'll give those two are. I mean, we'll give them some. They're hearing gunfire and shit, so we'll give them some perception checks. That guy, hopefully he's closer. Shit. We'll basically say that they basically have to use their actions to notice. Those ones are farther away, so they're actually going to go down in here to check on people in the trains. Hey, I'm so smart sometimes. I went ahead and opened the doors prematurely. This guy's just going to run 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And these guys both just kind of drop down into here to check the train cars since they're hearing gunfire. So that's what those guys are doing. That ends their turn. Alistair! My boy!
What?
Are you excited?
All right. Is Featherfall giving me advantage on this acrobatics check?
You know, I feel like that makes sense. It's slowing you down. You're like definitely, yeah, sure.
All right. Then I got something to do.
Okay.
This is just me landing, right? This isn't taking any sort of action or anything.
I suppose. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
say one that this is going to be what you're having to do to set up the rest of your turn as you are going flying through the air.
All right. Well, first I guess Kent, since your life is in my hands, or I guess Clyde rather, as your life is in my hands. What dice? I got purple and gold, purple and white,
The
and then my
one that you
purple
were
and blue.
fucking using last Saturday.
Okay. All right.
I will just say I will say that die was
that
rolling
just
in
rolled.
favor of the DM. So do you, like?
And didn't he just roll it and it rolled,
It rolled a 2.
like bad? Yeah, maybe
And
not.
the
that
DM
way.
doesn't want us to die.
Okay. And I'm just gonna preemptively use one of my
One of your D6s.
one of my D6s for the day. Right.
I figured.
However, because time is of the essence here, and because I like the image, Agatha has her hands around Alistair. Clyde is stuck in between her bosom and Alistair's like chest and vest. Alistair has one hand on a parasol that is slowing his descent
Somehow.
into this, and he's gonna reach into his other pocket and bring out a harmonica, and I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern, where I just saw him cross the aisle in front of me, because it has 120-foot range, and I want to flavor it just by him looking out of the back door and him seeing this sight of me holding
No, what the
holding
fuck?
onto a parasol with a cat smushed in between me and my paramount, playing a harmonica, and I want him to be so in awe that he just starts crying. It's such a beautiful sight. And I'd like to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay, is hypnotic pattern a charm effect?
I think it is, so he will have advantage on it, but it is DC 18, but let me double check the wording. Just
Making sure. Music's such a bop.
yes, it is a charm effect, so
It
he
is a
will
charm
have
effect.
advantage. It is DC 18.
Okay, DC 18. Okay, I mean his wisdom is not as good as his int, obviously. Wizard, not a cleric. Wizards are proficient though, so his bonus isn't bad. DC 18 at advantage. That is unfortunately a 19.
Okay. All right.
Total.
Well, it was worth a shot.
It's worth a shot, absolutely.
All right.
You miss every shot you don't take.
Well, here, let's roll the D6 first.
let's-
Do I get to know my DC ahead of time?
So I believe you rolled an 11 right on your like spellcraft check to fucking rocket jump, right?
Right. It's a 5 on the D6 at the very least.
Very nice. What's that bring your bonus to?
+7.
+7. Okay. I believe the way I was kind of deciding it, it was starting out at like an on target DC, I think of what did I say? I think I wrote it down. Fuck it. Like I said, we're free balling a little bit. So your DC to hit was 15 for your original check. We will say it is still a DC 15 to remain on target.
All right. At least,
So what's your total?
Target?
so at least an 8 on the dice is what I need to. So remaining on target is hitting the back platform, right?
Yep,
Is
it's
that-
hitting the back
okay.
platform.
All
Yep.
right.
Sure.
All right. Easy. Just gotta roll an 8. That's all I need.
Easy.
Yeah. No
Easy.
problem.
Odds are in your favor.
No problems.
you had
here.
advantage,
roll a
right?
2.
Okay. Let's just see if it gets one better. It doesn't. It's a natural 19 on the dice for a 26 total.
Very nice. See, you
Eat the
like
cat.
you were worried for like 2 weeks for nothing. Like, so you go sailing across, able to you're over there. You're fucking maneuvering the parasol to guide your path as you and Clyde and Agatha just come sailing right through the door, graceful as can be. Like you got. You didn't get that much oomph out of the shotgun blast, but it was enough that you land like feet hit. When you come off the walkway in an airport, you
Right.
just kinda, boom, feet hit the deck right as you come through. With like Clyde wedged between Agatha and you. So you've successfully made it to the safer car, I suppose.
Cool. I will gently slide in here. Where the fuck did Clyde go? Clyde was here.
Clyde is
Oh, he's in my model.
his models right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I am going to. He's behind that couch. I'm putting him. I'm gonna throw Clyde's limp body over to the side.
He's matching his Echo model. They're on opposite sides. Nice.
And I unfortunately don't have any bonus actions, so I will just slide in here as gently as possible and say, "Sorry, I was late. I had a connecting train," and that'll end my turn.
Okay. Oh boy, how fun is that? Clyde, you're unconscious. Sarabelle, you can hear the screeching of train wheels on tracks, and you can see the smoke and arcane light as you know this train about to be here, baby. Very soon, very soon. So I guess are you still waiting? Or are you blowing the track now?
How close is the smoke? You said I can see it coming over.
I'd say you rough estimate it's probably going to be there in like the next 12 to 18 seconds. You would estimate.
Not enough time stop.
You're reasonably certain.
It's bomba time.
Fucking hitting it. What do your explosives look like? You described this explosion. You rigged it.
So, I believe I used Arcana bombs and one prismatic bomb. So, as well as dynamite. So the typical explosion from the dynamite, as well as just a huge wave of purple smoke blowing out from the initial explosion from the dynamite. As well as a little hint of rainbow because of the
fucking like bits of railroad track and rail ties and everything all over the place. One goes spinning past you and sticks point first into a piece of stone. Very satisfying kaboom.
unfazed.
Unfazed.
Just fucking maniacal laughter.
You hear, with only 2 people currently in the front of the train, you hear one distant and growing closer scream. Cool. John's dead. Rip.
If I can interject something really quickly, would you let me use my bonus action to undo the brake for this train?
I believe we covered that the brake is in the middle. So the brake is right around here-ish. Oh, wait. Wrong train. Wrong car. Sorry. Around here-ish. Kind of somewhere over here.
Shit.
Because Belle pulled it when she was riding the motor. We decided it had kind of like emergency airplane exit rules of like, it's equidistant to people.
Gotcha. Okay. Never mind.
If you wanted to try to latch the car back to something, you're more in the space for that. So back to the top of the initiative, that brings us Miss Bell.
We want to unbreak so that it'll go into the ravine as well.
You guys have off-turn words or on-turn words since it was just Alistair's turn. So if you want to propose that course of action, you may.
Of course, if we do that, then all the civilians go.
Oh wait,
But if we
are we on 6 words or no? Okay.
Yeah. Keep it reasonable.
I can make an announcement.
If I see you going for the same thing I'm about to go for.
All right, yeah, because she would have like she was going for it, then she would have looked back at everybody, and so when he says that, then she's like, okay, so she leans over or hops over the seat, whatever you require DM, and like flips the brake. Oh, I'm sorry.
This guy's already teleported twice, right?
He's teleported once.
Teleported once.
He has cast Dimension Door.
Okay. I kind of feel like this guy in no scenario is going to fall off a ravine with a train.
You guys there are tools at y'all's disposal that you could use to prevent him from teleporting. I believe it has been discussed in the time between this session and last session and now. There's a relatively magical world. One of you is the daughter of a prominent consortium member. You know teleportation requires line of sight. So.
Skyrim, put a bucket over his head. Can't teleport nowhere.
Okay, so where is he?
He is in the. God dang it! I keep going to click back into Tailspire and I keep shuffling people's tokens around. But he is straight in front of you at the back.
That's him.
Right
okay.
here. Yeah,
that's
he is.
Dude.
He is hunkered down. You've seen first motherfucking Geist or the Doctor, Mr. Doctor, and your employee have blasted away the flickering images that were surrounding him, but he is still behind cover.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud on him.
Okay.
So my object interaction was to flip the brake. I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Okay, where you want to place
him.
that?
Right on his face.
So you're wanting
as close to it as I can see.
You're wanting to just shoot the mark. Oh wait, no, this is just your spell, right? This isn't one of the spell spheres.
Correct. This is just my spell. I just have
Okay.
it.
So you're just casting fog cloud right here.
Yo.
So that is 20 feet. It is blinding Gus. Oh, whoops.
Yep.
All right.
So, fog cloud. You got an open door in the front and back of the car.
Mhm.
What are the wording on fog cloud? Like, how quickly is it dispersed? Because these are single doors. It's not as steady. It's not exactly like a direct breeze. So it may
says-
disperse it. It might take it a minute though.
It says it lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it. Yeah.
It probably won't last its full duration, but it's not going to immediately blow away. How's that? Because it's contained. It's like there's a
Well, it
little
won't last
extra
for
fog.
an hour, but yeah. I mean, it's dense enough to originally last for an hour. So I wouldn't think
Fog cloud
that.
lasted. Wow, I didn't realize fog cloud lasted.
Is it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's concentration up to an hour. Up to 1 hour.
God damn.
So that's pretty dense.
Yeah.
I mean, worth a shot, right? So I'll do that. And then, if I've already used my object interaction to flip the brake, would I be able? Oh, I wouldn't be able to use the.
I will say probably
feather
what you
fall.
needed to do. You probably needed to use your movement to like get over like here. I can't remember where's the middle
Right.
of this train. You needed to kind of get into these like in front of you, and then you would need to step back and then pass fog cloud. But you could have done that.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
To retcon
So
that
you
a little bit. Okay.
Hop over,
Right.
flip the brake back, give it a bit of a object interaction heave ho, and then scamper back over. Fog cloud. He does not counterspell it.
I guess could I have had Gus? I have used my bonus action to move Gus to me before the fog cloud,
Yeah, sure.
or either after. I guess he's a dog; he can smell me.
Yeah, he'd be able to navigate. It's
It's a
a
wolf.
tube. You know, it's hard to. There's only
It's a
so
wolf.
many directions to go, right? Like,
He's a wolf. Okay, all right, and I guess that's all I can do at this point. So yeah, I'm so tight.
okay, that's good for your turn. That brings us to his turn. My boy can't see. Huh. You know what? Let's roll. What level spell is Fog Cloud's just level 1, right?
Yo,
You know, he's feeling relatively good. You cast Fog Cloud. Oh wait. Never mind. I did not put that on the spell list. Whoops. Well, fuck. You know what? That one guy who shot him is on the outside, so he can think with portals, kind of. So you can use, he'll basically move it just like half movement to. I'm gonna turn him invisible because y'all can't see him. That sphere is so far. Yeah, but we'll leave it at that. You hear boots shuffling, like you hear boots on wood. In there, more bullets don't fly out at you guys at this time. He will hold his action though. So, okay. Ending his turn. Mr. Geist.
I'm getting real sick of all this damn fog on these trains.
Guessing the fog doesn't emanate outside of the train car, so me and this homie can still see each other.
Those windows aren't broken, so you're good on that front.
With our recon, do we know how many of these train watch dudes there are?
You knew that there was a total of what did I say? Because there was how many? Because there were 2, 4, 6, 8, and there were a couple, and then 4. So there were 12 total, but only 8 were on duty at any given time. One's on the very front train on his way to his doom. One went under the wheels, and there are 3 that are actively involved in the combat. With all the rest are doing other shit.
And you said we heard boots. Could I figure out like what direction they were going in? I know I can't pinpoint a location, but
roll a perception check at disadvantage. You're on the outside of a train that's moving, and you'd be having to listen through glass. So these are walls.
Of course, the first nat 20 of the night lost to disadvantage as always.
It do be like that. So that's the problem with rolling 2 dice is you're twice as likely to roll a nat 20, but
I have a fucking +9 of perception.
Okay.
25.
Jesus Christ.
At a 17 and a nat 20. So.
By some miracle, as you are getting shot, and with all of the wind and everything, you think that you think that he may have made a move towards the rear of the car. And maybe he is going to pull back into the next car, or maybe he's coming for you. You don't know. You don't, because you still don't. You know, he has not emerged from the fog.
Shouting into the window. He's making a break for it. We should bail. And just, damn it. And since the sticky boots allow you to use both hands, fuck you.
What? Ah!
23?
23 hits them, yeah. These guys do not have his AC by any stretch of the
And
imagination.
18.
18 also hits, yeah.
Uh, 31 points of damage.
Ow. Wait, actually, hold on. My other guy. I can't do math. Oh yeah, okay, so that one was still up. 30 points of damage is just enough to knock this dude. Oh wait! He is barely up. I almost forget, because that's 2 shots, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's got armor.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah, and that's because
You're not supposed to have that. Only we are.
Yeah, because the other dude, I almost forgot. I was like, doesn't that mean the other guy should have taken less damage? But the other guy hasn't been shot. He got exploded some and then burned a little bit. but they're both up some. Like, they're hurt very badly. But he is up. All right. Anything else for your turn, guys? I think I said, whoop, 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 whoop. I understand y'all are shooting at each other, standing like horizontal out from a train.
It's actually very Hollywood. We're just kind of like,
He came around the corner. He went, oh shit, bam, and then you said, fuck you, and shot him twice. It's like, oh.
He's got 1 revolver, right?
Yeah, he has the 1 revolver.
Sorry, bear with me. A DM. No, that would be backtracking too much. I'm sure you would.
What? What's up?
I was gonna say, I forgot I can use bonus action to get advantage and thusly get sneak attack, but I didn't declare it before.
Yeah, we didn't declare it, so moving forward.
Yep. Already moving forward. Brings us to. Will you please just give me the information I need?
What you looking for?
How much damage does an improvised weapon do?
1d4, I believe. What are you trying to improvise weapon?
The gat.
With what?
What do you mean with what? With the gat?
With what action?
Oh no, not for now. For an AOP.
Oh, yeah, I'd say that it'd be using your strength.
Oh, there it
but
is,
yeah,
yep.
you'd do like 1d4 plus strength if you smacked him with it. You're not proficient, so it's plus strength for your attack and then plus strength to damage. So, but absolutely, I would allow that. Yeah. Bonk. You fucking like ninja spin the pistol so you're holding it by the barrel.
No.
It's a little
We are
warm.
disrespectfully smacking this motherfucker with a barrel.
Oh, okay.
If it comes to
if
that.
he provokes an AOP, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. No, I don't have that. God damn it. Okay. Fuck it. I am going to run up on him.
You're just gonna pull up on the dude? Fair enough, I suppose.
It's either attack with disadvantage or provoke an opportunity attack.
Yep, just kind of get up close like, good afternoon, darling. I told you to run away.
Oh shit!
I'ma get you.
Guy's running at him while firing.
Would you guys say that you could like grapple somebody who is like stuck to a wall and chuck them off?
Try to, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
you can
With
do
a
grapples as an AOP. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But he's about to grab you though.
Probably.
I'm sure he is.
This man's just gonna karate chop your ankle. Like, get off of there.
These guys, they're all gunks. They all have monk level.
He just pulls out like one of those big pizza fucking things and pops him off the side.
But I don't think you can uninitiate a grapple as a free action.
Yeah, he's coming with me.
Could you not?
Grappling takes two to tango in 5e. If he wants to grab onto me, he's coming on me.
That's not true. Somebody could grab
I'm full
you.
of shit.
and
I'm full of shit right now.
Yeah. This is interesting. Okay. And Guy's turn. Callie, that brings us to you.
Yes. Okay. So I read and reread this thing. I have blind sight, which means
to
that
10 feet, right?
10 feet. And I can see invisible people who have not like actually done active hide checks.
Right.
So what I would like to do is first I'd like to bonus action expend my little channel divinity thingamabob to regain a second level spell slot because I think I'm gonna need it. And then my action, I'm going to give myself 20 points of lay on hands.
Wise.
And then what I would like to do after that is sort of, I'm not hiding, but what I'd like to do is sort of get here and sort of creep up, like in stopping every like 5-ish feet until I can see him.
Okay. So you expend your movement. I
Okay.
guess technically this guy's invisible as well. So I mean, you know where he's at now, but
No, I don't.
right. Well, I mean, you would. I would just turn invisible for the meme. So the
Oh,
first
okay.
person you would see is you would detect that guy who has not had his turn again yet. Who's right there. So you just move on past him.
Yeah.
So let's see. So because you were here, you used 5 feet. So that means you would be able to get here. With 30
Right.
feet of
Sorry, my
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 5 feet more than that mark, because that's 25 feet total. So you'd be able to get 5 foot, 1 step past that. Farther, far beyond it. I mean, so if you so chose. Yeah. So I measured to 25, not to 30. I forgot that it counts each time you click. So you'd be able to go one more step past that, which would be. And you have 10 foot of blind sight.
It's 10 feet of blind sight.
You do not see him.
Okay. All right. I think what I.
You do hear active wind, so you know the door in front of you is open.
Okay. All right. And I know that I can't get specifically cover, but I'd like to get as close to those.
Trying to like hug the side.
Yeah, because like I don't think that this guy has blind sight, but if I don't want to make
I mean, it definitely you were not stealthing, like you said, you didn't have the stealth, so you were just kind of walking up. He knows there's somebody there. He doesn't know who it is, so it would be a gamble. He would definitely be attacking with this, like definitely with disadvantage if he tried.
Okay. Yeah, and that's really all I can do. And yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay. Ending your turn. Goons, still actively going to their doom. They can't see you guys. I mean, I know you said the door swung over. These doors aren't meant to just stay open, so this door probably would have swung shut behind you, Alistair. So I assume nobody had the opportunity to lock it back, so it's probably doing a lot of this. Swinging open and closed. They can't really see what the fuck is going on. So, I mean, I'm not going to say they can make any attacks on you guys. They're still hurting their doom. That brings us to the the dudes. Well, let's go. Let's go with the most exciting one first. The grapple check. Because why not? He's gonna try to grab you, guys. Full disclosure. He's gonna try to grab you and throw. He's trying to uproot you off the train and just chuck you.
How does that work? Because normally in grapples, you can push people like to either side, but otherwise you have to use your own movement to drag them. Outside of specific class abilities, I don't think there's like a lift and throw action.
I mean, sure.
He can just grapple. And
he has all of his movement. So if you want to say it's requiring his movement, he will use his movement to grab you and lift you so that your feet are no longer touching the floor and drop you.
I was thinking he'd have to drag me to the edge with his movement and let me go.
Why?
Because when you're upright, there's no like lift.
He can crouch and grab you at the knees.
Okay.
I'm just saying I would 100% allow you guys to do this. I would not.
Would I get advantage since I have basically magnetic boots on? I have a force other than my own willpower that is keeping me stuck to this train.
Like gravity?
I meant the sticky boots.
I know, like gravity.
Keep this simple. Is
gravity
athletics or acrobatics versus his athletics?
That force that is not your own, that magnetically keeps you anchored to the earth.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Oh, gravity isn't what makes it work. Huh?
Go ahead, athletics or acrobatics?
He has to roll athletics.
He has to roll athletics. You get to choose. Yeah.
I will be absolutely rolling acrobatics.
I figured.
I have a +2 strength.
You're too far to be in my aura. I'm sorry.
Oh shit!
It's not a saving throw anyway.
I think she means the one that's about to happen.
He did not roll well. 13.
Oh, okay.
21.
21.
Hell yeah.
Goes to grab you. You just fucking kind of slip out.
I'm sorry. 20.
20. Yeah, he's hurt real bad. He's gonna take the gamble and just try to run up onto the roof. So improvised weapon, D20 plus your strength, no proficiency.
I will be expending my Zephyr Strike.
All right.
Gotta clean up the board a little bit. 16.
16 does hit. Considering how little HP he has, I doubt you don't kill him, but we'll see. You could roll really shit, I suppose.
No. You said plus my strength?
Yeah, it's plus your strength. So 1d4 plus strength plus your d8 from Zephyr Strike.
13 points of damage. Just the same like eldritch, like giant darkened eldritch claws that came out when he used his primordial, kind of overlay into like just this bayonet type thing on the end. It just, not me, you.
You're super muted.
Body falls into the dirt of them as the train moves past. Boom. Yeah, see, Kylie knew what I was doing with my hands there. We'll just keep resolving things on the outside of the train real quick. This guy is over there and comes walking along with his sticky boots. So he's kind of stood like on this little edge right here. Seeing you and a corpse of his companion go falling away. Fucking son of a bitch! And goes to get it. Alright, let's... That's a dirty 20.
Misses.
Damn. 11 points of damage. Half goes to Callie. Y'all decide.
I will continue taking the greater half.
6. 5 for Callie.
Okay.
You just healed for 20, so you're fine.
Yeah.
You're okay. All right. Then that leaves our one in the fog, and then our one right here. This one right here now has... I don't know if this one necessarily knows that you're hostile. But I'm just gonna benefit of Bell's potential HP. I'm gonna go ahead and say he knows you're hostile, Alistair. If that's okay with you.
Sure.
Because I know Bell is hurting.
I mean, gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah. So 1 through 3, Bell. 4 through 6, Alistair. This guy has been rolling really shell in his attack roll, so probably doesn't matter. That is a 3. So he is gonna... The person who's been casting spells and shooting the marshal he's gonna try to pop a shot at you.
Okie dokie.
Fuck's sake. This dude can't roll worth dicks. 11. Just bam! Just once again, just hitting cushions and stuff. As you see he's kind of whirling around like he sees, that dude who just came floating in the fucking door. Wolf, lady with a gun. He's freaking out a little bit.
That says so worse.
He just kills the dude that's sitting in the car or sitting in the booth right next to her. Like, whoa, dude.
Wait, was he shooting at me or was he shooting at Bell?
He was shooting at Bell.
Okay.
He rolled so bad you have no idea.
You have no clue. He's looking between you guys, and as he just turns to make a decision, he squeezes the trigger and fires into the ceiling. Like, he's a little freaked out right now. This other guy, let's see. He can at least.
For Gus looks like a poodle, not a wolf right now.
How's Gus look like a poodle? Oh yeah, y'all dressed him up. He looks
Yeah,
like a really big poodle.
Ribbons and like did little dye and stuff.
Jesus Christ. This dude's yellowing it Callie, he's firing at the sound of your footsteps. At disadvantage because he's blind. So, odds are good he's gonna miss.
Okay.
He misses. 10.
Oh yeah.
Another gunshot through the fog right next to you. It doesn't go anywhere near you. It hits some glass. It hits one of the windows.
Cool.
Those other guys are progressing through their little spots. This guy's doing his thing. He's been like, "Hey, what the fuck are y'all doing back there?" Kind of what they're doing. That is gonna bring us to Alistair.
Okay. I have a quick rules question before I do what I'm going to do, but this would apply. It'll apply in the future. Or it would have affected something else. But
Okay.
for unfailing demotivation, if I use that feature on someone and they don't fail the roll, then they keep that until they fail a roll, right?
Ah, that's right.
Which means that legendary resistance that he used is a success, so he keeps that on him.
That is weird, isn't it? Because technically, like, they fail, but then they choose to succeed. So I believe so.
Okay, so
So he does have he has a D8,
a
D6,
D8, which would have counted against that hypnotic pattern, but
right,
too far in the past.
and
now.
attack rolls and stuff, right?
Right, exactly. But too far in the past.
Yeah,
now to
noted.
do anything about.
I've got a D8 placed over here as a reminder for me, right next to my thing, my dice tray.
The break
So we'll
is
definitely do our best
going.
to remember that.
I saw Callie go this way. I have to get close to this fucking sheriff. Give me the guy just put the cat in the ground.
No!
Where'd he go?
He's under the train. He's in the dirt.
I see him. He's stuck. Get back on the train there, Mr. Kelly. You know, go on now.
I can't fly.
Use your left control to raise yourself.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, now you're on the roof.
Brother, I got you. Okay. All right.
Oh, that's.
I'm gonna snatch him up. But
You're grabbing. You're getting Clyde.
Yeah, 'cause
you're
I just
carrying him
saw-
into the fog.
I just saw Callie charge off into the fog. She's the only one that I know that can heal. So I'm gonna grab him by the scruff, and I'm gonna move 30 feet.
To a straight line. That's the nice thing about straight lines. It doesn't matter if you can't see. You just keep moving. It's like walking through like in the dark. You just bump into shit and you just go, okay, I'm still going straight. Bonk out.
I'm going
yes.
to hit Callie in his aisle.
Bump.
I hope that is a friend, because I can't see anything in this fog cloud.
Mr. Dotree, what are
Wonderful.
you doing?
You on a natural one, you hear somebody trying very hard to breathe quietly immediately to your right and failing horribly.
I say, Mr. Dotree, there is someone here, but I'm not worried about him.
You hear a thud on the floor. It says, "There's another someone here. He's on the ground. Please heal him." As I drop Clyde on the ground, and I'm gonna use.
This is hilarious.
I don't know where he is the problem. Do we know
If
where our
guys
sheriff
tears, oh, sorry.
friend? Do we know where our sheriff friend is?
You do not.
I would say, Mr. Dotree, I walked this way because this was his last known position on this car. I'm assuming it's through that door.
So he's teleported to the other train again. Wonderful. I'll use my.
I will give you the same information I gave Callie. The doors that have been, when not locked, are free swinging. There is a consistent sound of wind rushing from the door in front of you. So it is open and is being held open.
All right. I'm gonna assume he's dimension door to the another train again.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my action at this point to go right here.
I will say, if you guys so desire, y'all can verbally communicate, and concentration can be dropped as a free action. So,
And Geist has been shouting to get the fuck out of the train.
also that.
I'm not getting off
Also,
not
you would
happening right
only go here.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah,
Uh,
because Bill's got this is concentration, right?
Correct.
August.
You
that's
can
the thing.
drop
You
concentration.
guys could communicate with her to ask her to drop concentration if you want. I just wanted to throw that out there. So,
I feel like Alistair has said something about fogs on trains already.
But Miss Bell wasn't there for that.
I
She was in a
said,
different.
I said that
I think
on
he
this
just
train
said it.
car.
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
just said it last round when it happened.
So I mean that is in the past. Right this moment, before you actually travel, do you wish to say anything? I'll allow you, like, even if you want to backtrack to before you moved the first time.
I'll look at Miss Bell as I'm going through. It's like, I'll see if I can control this sight,
Okay.
but I have to be able to see.
And she'll drop it.
Okay. So that's back, like, yeah, around. If you dropped it,
Sorry.
so then at least his initial movement stopped him there. You decided to
Well,
drop
I mean-
it.
Yeah, I mean, she would have said, "Are you sure?"
No, but I need to be
Okay.
able to see him to make anything happen.
Okay.
Okay, it didn't seem to serve its purpose, and she'll drop it.
He is stood right there.
Fuck.
And I can't quite have him where I want him, but he stood right here. He seems to have wedged the door open. And you see what had previously appeared to be a hunting rifle slung across his back is now in his hands, and you see that it is basically a wizard staff carved kind of in the shape of like a rifle stock.
You said
And
you
there-
can't have him where you want him. Is where you want him anywhere like within that 15 foot, or is he?
It would have been like, you see where I have him right here.
Shit.
Because I just, like, basically just close enough that he's kind of wedged, like, the toe of one of his boots in the hinge so that it doesn't swing shut.
Is that your last thing of movement?
Yeah.
I say he
Yeah, that's
he
30.
had a held action. So as he gains line of sight, this is happening.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, his wizard staff that's kind of generally shaped like a rifle with its runes and things carved on the side, has kind of several, like, swirling patches of orange. And it goes off as his held action it was to cast Scorching Ray
Okay.
on the first person he saw. So Callie is right in front of him.
Yeah.
He did cast it at 3rd level. So that is 4 attacks.
A D8 off of him until he fails.
D8 off of him until he. Do you want to roll it?
Sure.
So you're rolling one or rolling for each?
-2.
-2
It's until he fails.
until he misses, right? Until he misses or fails a saving throw. So first attack down to a 22.
Yeah,
I
that's
assume
gonna
still
hit.
hits.
Yeah.
Do you just want to roll it for each attack, or do you want to let it ride? We hadn't rolled this before. So
Yeah,
do you want to
would
do it like
assume
I've been
I'd
doing?
re-roll, but if you want to keep the 2 all the way through,
That's up to you. You let me do it where I rolled fresh every time for Blood Curse of the Eyeless, so I'm willing to, that's up. It's personal choice. I just
Okay.
want you to stick to it.
Yeah, I'll stick to it. -7 for the second one.
-7. Much better than 2. So that makes his second attack only an 11.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
That thing goes off. He sells 2 more Scorching Rays.
How was Kylie looking?
Well, it depends on.
Looking?
So that's 1 hit, 1 miss.
1 hit, 1 miss. A natural 20 for the 3rd ray. Last attack
Can't do shit
Okay.
about that.
is a 27.
Yeah, those are all gonna. Yeah, so 3 hits, 1 miss. I currently have 37 points. 37 hit
The
points.
true regular hits total out to 3, 6, 9. 10 points of fire damage, and then the crit is 14.
Okay.
So a total of 24
does-
fire damage.
Do I get my damage reduction on that?
I don't see why not. I'm keeping it simple that it just comes off everything.
You said 14 for that for the crit.
Do what?
It says 14 for the crit.
14 for the crit. Yeah.
Okay, so then give me a sec.
So take 3 instances of damage because it was 3 different rays.
Right. That's what I'm doing math.
Add all together -6.
depending on
Okay,
the
so I
armor
still
she's
have
wearing.
25 hit points because I currently have -4 for damage reduction. So
Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So, those firing off, one of them going awry as just like the first shot, he seems to be like a little bit of a twitch in his eye, after the second when it just goes wide, he seems to shake it off. All right, rest of your turn, Alistair.
Okay, he's just used his reaction for that, so I'm gonna use my action this close to cast Hold Person on him. It is not a charm effect. He will not have advantage on it. DC 18 through the harmonica, and I'm gonna use my reaction to give him -D8 on it.
Okay.
-7.
-7.
Hell yeah.
That makes this very hard for him to make. He can, just hard. Fails.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Expended. You see him freeze up.
Wonderful. Excellent news. I'm going to look at Callie. We'll see. If you don't mind, after healing him, go ahead and grab him, bring him back on. I'm gonna look at the guy that's sitting on the fucking couch next to me and say, you may want to consider the window, as I point out behind me towards the door and the exploding bridge.
Hearing the explosion. Yeah, that's other citizens hearing that. You see people starting to perk up. Like, what the fuck was that?
And that is my turn.
All right. Ending your turn. Clyde, you are still unconscious. Sarah Bell, big kaboom. Nice. You figure it's got about 12 seconds and it's about to go off the side. For reference, that means since y'all undid the e-brake, I'm not gonna get into math. Y'all have 4 rounds because y'all slowed down for 2 rounds. We'll just say I gave you 2 rounds of extra space. So since the e-brake has been pulled, y'all will go off the side.
Sarah Bell's just standing there, arms outstretched, just laughing.
Okay. That brings us back to the top of the initiative, Miss Bell.
Well, sugar. Would there be any advantage to using the iron bands of hog
He's
tying
currently
on him?
paralyzed. So
He's paralyzed. So I mean, but that like, there's not an advantage to using that on top of that. Like that, he's good to go for now.
For the moment.
You need to be figuring out how to get off the fucking train.
Well, no, that's why I just wanted to see if I needed to hand it off to somebody or something like that, because I'd be dumb to have it if it was gonna be. Okay, well, if there is no advantage to that, then Belle is gonna move to here. Well, no, can't. Daggone it! I don't want my wolf to die, but there's a window there, I guess. So she's gonna.
Gus,
gonna
big strong boy.
Okay, so she's gonna misty step up and out.
Just out the window to hit the ground and roll.
No, up because she has the Featherfall scroll
Right.
that Callie gave her. So what that's gonna look like is she's gonna like zip out, pop up, and her skirt, because she was all dressed fancy and everything, is gonna poof out. She's gonna like pop her skirt out, and she's gonna start to like, it's gonna act like Mary Poppins or something, and just kind
Princess
of like
Peach it.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
like, it looks like a goddamn cupcake. Jesus.
yes, because she still looks like this like bubbly blonde, like petite half elf looking chick. So yeah, and so she's gonna float to the earth out there. Yep,
All right.
and she'll call to Gus. Yep.
Okay. Then your turn. So you go out the window, we'll say because of feather fall, even though technically you're not nearly 60 feet in the air, that you would immediately fall. You're still moving, so you're feather fall, but we'll see whether you are able to hit the ground running, perhaps, or something of that nature. If you want to go ahead and move yourself.
I still have some movement, so her feet will be like her feet are ready to go. She hits the ground.
You're out there. I will say, Gus has to run out manually. He either has to just crash through the window and just jump.
Well, because he has more movement than I do, can he jump to land on top of me? And use me as my feather fall? That's what. So hopefully he would have because he would have had to jump, but hopefully his greater speed would have compensated for the thing, so he'd go out the window and land on me, and we'll feather fall together.
Quick clarification, DM, before we go any further.
Yes, sir.
You said we have the rest of this round and all of next round to act, right?
That the front train goes off the edge, and that time this train has 4 rounds. Before
we have 4 more rounds. Yeah. He is absolutely going to kind of still shouting in the words off turn. Yeah, shouting in the window. I can get this all out. Hold tight. Trying to shout over the wind and all that.
Bella's already out the window.
And is talking to the civilians and the injured people and this, that, and the other. We got unconscious bodies, a lot of people with low health and shit, so. And a dog.
And the dog is out the window as well.
Oh shit.
The dog, they timed it. Gus pounced through, smashing through, and as he jumped so that he got his thing, Belle misty stepped to get up under them, feather falled them both as they began to float. She kind of has, I imagine, caught him a little bit.
It's
my
arms before I Princess Peach down to the.
Right. So, absolutely. All right. Ending your turn. That does bring us to him. He's paralyzed. He gets to repeat the save at the end of his turn, correct?
Yep.
The number to beat is an 18. He does not have a D8 on this because it already was expended. That's a natural 20.
That's okay.
As his turn ends, you see him shake it off. And where his guns had the 4 guns around him had started to float down, they reassert themselves to hovering all around him. But he doesn't get to act or anything. Ending his turn, Geist.
Geist is going to kind of move to the edge so he can see around the corner. Bonus action, re-up his Zephyr Strike.
Gotcha. Bonus action, Zephyr Strike.
And he's going to expend it immediately to get advantage on that first shot.
Fantastic.
Damn. Will
28.
a 22 hit?
22.
I cannot get to 28. I wish I could.
Unfortunately, since he is no longer paralyzed, he has his reaction back. Shield comes up, bounces off.
Okay.
It's fine. That's what we need. We need him to use his reaction on one or the other right now.
There we go. Okay, so I don't think I can hit his AC, but I did get a nat 20.
How would you not be able to hit a 23 with a nat 20?
Oh, it's only a 23? So close with that 22. Okay.
Y'all figured that out last session.
I thought you just said 28. I thought you were saying that was.
No,
his AC.
I thought that's what you did your big sigh, and that's usually when you roll oh, I got a 19, so it's only a 28.
No, I was really hoping
like that.
All these rolls at advantage, I've been really hoping for a fucking advantage, but it's just I've already used my fucking
unfortunately, no.
This one doesn't get sneak attack, so this is just
So, it's damage.
It is.
It's not at an advantage.
Because he expended the advantage on the first shot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you have to call Zephyr Strike before it, so I'm not getting sneak attack crit, and I'm not getting Zephyr
I
Strike
gotcha.
crit. I will go ahead and use the fucking last
D4?
D4, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's concentration, but who cares? You use the part of Zephyr Strike you give a shit about already.
Some may argue that the train's really on our side, so, but
What? What?
35.
35. Ow.
balls.
Ow, ow, ow. He is looking rough. Yep. All right. Ending. Is that it for your turn?
We're in second verse, same as the first. He's gonna try and get up on dude so he can't run away, and if he tries to make attacks, it'll be a disadvantage, hopefully.
All four
Oh,
revolvers
boy.
just.
For
I will say
context,
you can't occupy a hostile square. You got your sticky boots. You're gonna have to pick a space around him.
I can't maneuver with those lanterns, so however you want to do that, DM, you can narrate that I'm on the
Move yourself.
on the right side of him or whatever. Or, oh, did you just
Here,
delete them?
Or you want to be here? Yeah, I just deleted them.
I'll be right there.
Okay. Within 5
and-
feet, pistols, all kind of turned. to
Callie,
face
high or
you.
low?
What?
Actually, no. Callie, what's your spell save DC?
I don't know. Give me a sec. 15. 15 is my spell save DC.
I'm confused. What's happening?
I don't know. I'm also very confused.
I'm not supposed to be confused. This is my game. I'm supposed to know what's going on. Guys, what's up?
DM, what would be involved in getting behind him?
Well, like an acrobatics check if you're trying to flip it, or you can, walk, I suppose.
If I can get there just walking, that'd be ideal because
Because you would have to
on a-
get this door open, so you'd have to be able to shove that door open.
Yeah, I have my object interaction. I don't know what else would be involved.
Movement. How much movement you got? It's just
used-
I'd say it's just movement and
I just used like 10 feet, I think. 5 feet to get to the edge,
Jesus
5
Christ.
feet to get to there.
so ish. Yeah, I'd say you could get that way. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get in
Can move.
in the way.
Let's say this lady is actually over here, so you kind of creep on down to where. God damn it. Creep down to that square behind him, shoving the door open the opposite way.
And as he opens the door, he's going to scream into this packed car full of people, and there was a big ass explosion. That was audible, right?
Yeah, most of these people that are in here are actually back here, because these are the people that had gotten up to go back there. So,
Yeah, he's going to shout, "Everyone run to the back of the train! We're going off the edge!" He's still dressed as staff, so,
with 2 revolvers
said
out
with
and
2
very
Yeah,
bloody.
opens that door, and, "We've been attacked! The train's going off the edge! Everybody run!" He's trying to get a stampede going.
Away from you?
There's another person in the train car with guns. We want them to have a bunch of people in their face running over
For
them.
sure.
It's hard to fight your way forward against a swarm of people running for their lives.
For sure. Just roll raw charisma for me, or intimidation. Basically, you're trying to frighten these people.
He's not intimidating them personally. Could it be a persuasion? Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. I don't have. Ooh, could it be deception? Wait, no, it's true. Never mind.
That's the truth.
Fuck.
Like-
Damn it! Damn it! I've been cheated by honesty.
You're trying to intentionally frighten them. So.
Right. Yeah. I am actually not proficient in that one single charisma skill. A 14.
14. I'll say it's at advantage because they heard the explosion. So roll again.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I need a dub. Woo. 16.
16. Slightly better.
I rolled an 11 and a 13.
You see what few people, there were a lot of folks that were have been kind of shoved off to the side, like these side booths are a little crowded because there would be people kind of waiting in the lot, like they had started forming a queue out here. That oh no, my pirate. And kind of as this guy had come running in where they had been kind of lining up to get across, he comes and he's like shoving them out of the way, like they're fucking gunmen in this place. These people now hearing that explosion, hearing you say that. There's lots of screaming and people are beginning to scramble, like to get out of their booths. So you appear to they believe you. He's probably a little more like down here. Okay, and then your turn, Miss Callie. That brings us to you, my dear.
Yes. I think she sighs deeply in this full conundrum and full shit show, and picks up Tiny Cat and uses the last 10 points of my lay on hands to bring up Clyde. Go, Mr. Kelly, I need you to, or Mr. King, I need you to get up and help us. We are having a bit of a troublesome time with this marshal. And so that is my action. My bonus action. What do I have? I have a lot of different things going on. What is happening here?
Please put me down. Do not use me for cover.
Protect me!
It's like the little kitty cat that just like swings. You're like swingy, swingy, swingy.
She's gonna
Who
put
got
you
his
down,
pistols, by the way?
What?
Clyde's pistols.
Much like a fallen Hero Forge model, they're locked into his little.
Right? You ever try
We
to
shall
get
see.
something out of a cat's hands?
I mean, yeah, usually it's kind of easy because they don't have hands. They don't got like
Balls.
enough joints to grab things individually. Anyway,
I had this vision of him waking up like in a panic and like.
anyway,
Yeah.
So do I
no,
not have guns?
we'll see.
Okay.
So I will put you down in like one of these little seats here, like, I don't know, I can't maneuver Mr. King, but yeah, I throw you into one of the like seats for cover, and then, God, what is, grappling is an action, isn't it?
It would consume one of your. It's part of the attack action, so it would consume one of your attacks.
And my lay on hands is a full action, so I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. I'm just gonna move and try to get a little bit of cover because that's really all I can do at this point.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move. Oh God, what is happening here? I don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna move there so that I don't get an AOP from that guy, and then just sort of move, and then move here. I'm gonna do.
All right.
That's all I
Is that
can
it for your
do.
turn?
Yep, that's my whole
And
turn.
then Callie's turn. Train watchers, my boys.
My boys.
Let's see. This one. You know what? Because I can. let's see, where do I make him fly? This guy, like, I mean, he heard the explosion too, but this is a marshal that's still under attack, and that guy just shot him. So he's gonna fucking Spider-Man wall crawl his way down to the top and peek through, and take a shot at you, there, Mr. Geist.
Which one is?
The guy that was shooting at you from the roof earlier. So he just kind of, using his sticky boots, kind of looks down, like sticks where he can kind of look down, aims, and fires at you with a 23. This is the best this guy hit, like any of these guys has rolled. I assume that hits.
14 or higher.
14 or he rolled really bad. 9 points of piercing damage.
I
So-
don't think I'm within 60 feet of Callie, am I?
Oh,
you
yeah, I
have
forgot
to
there's
check.
a range.
Yeah, it's 60 feet. So.
Okay.
that's-
Are you 60 foot away?
I don't know. Let's check.
It doesn't require line of sight, right? That'd be.
No, it literally is just
Okay,
60
it's
feet.
Just 60 feet. Yeah.
You're well.
So
Oh.
yeah, no, you're good.
Oh, yeah.
You're good.
Never mind.
So
5 on me, 4 on Callie. I guess.
Yep. 5 and 4. Boom. That's that guy. This guy. I heard that shit's fucking going really sideways. Shit, man. This is an awkward situation for him. We'll see. Let's see. How strongly does this dude believe in his job of like trying to grab these people? High or low?
Always high.
Always high.
Always high.
This guy, there was the explosion. He hears that stuff. I mean, y'all are hostiles, but this train is about to go. He uses his action to bodily grab this dude right in front of him and start hauling him back this way, like pulling him back towards. He sees the marshal sitting there with guns aimed and raised, so he doesn't step into the line of sight, but he like hauls this dude up into a standing position and starts pulling him towards the door. This guy is in a more fucky situation. He can't really get to the back without going through some hostiles. Fuck it. I mean, y'all have crashed the train as far as he's aware, so he's gonna take his shot at Callie. With a 21, does that still hit you with cover?
The it's +3 to cover it.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, it's a 19. If so, yeah, that hits me.
12 points of piercing damage. Cutting your DR off the top of that.
Okay.
And he uses his movement to walk out the window that Gus busted out of. So he is now stuck to the side of the train. And that's where he's going for his turn. That guy's acted. This dude right here, quick check to see if he knows that to put together with the marshal, whether he's gonna try to shoot at Geist or not, with the marshal yelling over, like, back towards him and everything, with everything going on. On a D20, 11 through 20 is high, right? High or low?
Yeah.
Always high. I don't know
Always
who you're asking, but that's my vote.
You guys as a whole.
Always.
Always high. On a 10 on the D20, he is similarly gonna, muscle past the crowd and like wave them behind him, as he's gonna kind of sticky boots his way up onto right here, and he's gonna take a shot at Geist. With a 2 on the D20 though,
Ooh.
whiffing like a motherfucker. And it looks like it's kind of like he's distracted, like he's going, get like he seems to be encouraging people to get towards the back of the train away from the bandit or whoever the fuck Geist is, and just popped off his shot, just completely whiffed. We're gonna say that's all of them that are relevant. Alistair.
Fuck. You said this guy was looking bad.
He looks rough. He's not like Mortal Kombat wobble, but he is definitely rough.
Okay. I don't think I can.
Yeah, not like a blow, like just a soft breeze won't knock him down, but he is unwell.
Let's see. Fuck it. Let's see. I might be able to kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna step up behind him and.
He is facing you.
Good.
So.
Wonderful.
Kind of turned a little sideways, but he's mostly facing you guys because there's more of you in that train than Geist is the only one behind him.
He's 15 feet away right there. There's no reason for me just to blast Geist for no reason. So, but I will go up, step up to him and say, "Oh, Sheriff, by the way, I never meant to give you my. I never got the chance to give you my card." And I'm gonna pull out the Jack of Spades that Bell gave me, and then thousands upon thousands of spades will just explode forth in a cone from that card, and I'm going to cast spray of cards on him. I'm going to do it at 3rd level to see if I can get it.
Okay.
Just maybe knock him out with it, but it's a Dex save, DC
Dex
18. I'll use my next to last Bardic to demotivate.
All right.
-1 on his save.
-1 DC 18.
DC 18 dexterity saving throw.
That is not proficient, so this is probably one of his worst saves, but nothing's impossible. Unfortunately, with a 17 on the dice. That is a 17, right? Okay. For a second, I thought it might have been 11. No, with a 17 on the dice, he does make the save. Or I assume there are effects if he fails, right?
Half damage.
I'll take half damage, so
Okay.
9.
What is that?
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
That's it for
Okay.
my turn.
All right.
And he's confused because he's got cards in his face.
There are cards everywhere. He seems to have kind of using his wizard staff gun rifle waves a bunch of them out of the way, definitely getting cuts and stuff on him. But he is definitely, he's breathing heavy. He's got bullet wounds and stuff in him. But he's still standing. And you said that's it for your turn, Alistair?
Yep.
Clyde, it's your turn, my man.
Do I have guns?
Because I didn't think about the fact that you were unconscious and just got dragged along, I would have brought it up at the time. So I assume Alistair would have spent at least an object interaction to pocket your guns or grab them for you. So.
Okay.
So I'd say you have them, yes.
Could I have rolled a check to keep them in my hand?
Like I said, you have them. I'm not saying that
But
you have to
there's
go get them from Alistair.
There's a huge difference between them leaving my hand or not.
I mean, they definitely would have left your hands.
Okay.
You were unconscious.
Sure. People keep things in their hands and they're unconscious sometimes.
When flying through the air,
Especially.
my assumption is kind of
Twist.
Alistair would have not wanted to risk you losing them, so you tucked them into your holsters or something before making that jump. Or Agatha did. Agatha, she made them all prim and proper. Set your hands on top of them to keep them weighed down in the holsters.
Cool. In that case, I'll use a bonus action to turn back on the flame tongue revolver, and I guess with a weird angle, kind of getting up on one of these things to shoot up. Whoa! I just went through the fucking ceiling. What the
No,
fuck?
you're
is
in
that?
there. You're
Okay.
still in. You're
Crazy.
still
Okay.
in. Yeah,
Well, and just as I don't know if Ian would honor me putting you on the seat in the front there.
I'm short, so I'm just trying to get so I can shoot over people's head who might be in the way.
Well, that if my and it can be just that was just a flavor thing, but I was trying to put you like right here.
One way or the other, you would have been able to get up to where you are
Okay.
currently standing.
I'll pew 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 at this
Okay.
gentleman.
Taking 3 shots.
3
Roll
shots. The first one's an 18
On the
Second
dice or
on
total?
just on the dice. Second one is another 18, and the
Okay.
third one, third one is an 18.
Okay.
My bonus for the offhand is +9, and for the main hand is +8.
Those will hit. If you rolled 18s on 3d20s, those will hit with your bonus.
Okay, so they won't have all of the extra d6s from being able to cast Hunter's Mark because I had to turn the other one back on. But there's still quite a few.
Right. I
Do I
mean,
need
your
to-
your Hunter's
do I-
Mark would have. Oh no, you didn't get the cast Hunter's Mark earlier.
I
did
didn't
you?
get the cast Hunter's Mark earlier because I turned the guns on.
That's right.
Do I need to split up this damage at all? The fire damage?
No.
Okay. So that's 6, 6, 8, 14. 22 plus 27. So another 7 is brain burn 33.
33 total.
And then 41 plus 16. So
40. So
57.
57.
57 with 3 shots.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's a lot of damage. Decide his fate there, Mr. Kelly. That he chunky boy, not that chunky as low as he was.
Yeah, I just kind of groggily getting up, crawling up there, wobbling on the train, lost his tail recently, not sure where he's at. He does know he needs to kill that motherfucker, and so he just puts 3 rounds into his neck and head and just covers Geist's gore back with gore.
You go pop up. You start firing. As you're starting to fire, like you see, he looks wobbly. Like you can see in his head, like he's analyzed this. The train's getting ready to go over. He's in bad shape. Like you can almost see the calculations of like. There's still civilians and stuff in that car, but man, this is really fucking bad. You see him like doing some like some fingers on the side of his rifle as you see he's getting ready to cast a fireball on his turn, like into the train. But your bullets go bang, 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 bang. Flat, like just blood. There's cauterized wounds and everything. Gore spatters the back of Guy, but he does drop, and the fireball
But
doesn't go off.
Only gore from the non-fire wounds because
It doesn't
others were
completely cauterize, so there's still blood everywhere.
oh no, half-cooked gore.
And-
It's worse.
And then Clyde plops back on his butt into the chair on the other side. And that's his turn.
And, you know, that sounds like a perfect place for us to go on break. Very nice, very nice. Y'all have slain the sheriff, but you still all have to get off the train. I don't know who all has access to Featherfall, so this may be more painful for some of you than others. Let's go. But we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick bio break and refresh beverages and things. I've been drinking melting ice for the last hour very slowly, so I'm very thirsty. But we'll be right back here shortly. Encourage you to, take care of yourself and do the same, but leave your Twitch stream, leave your computer where it's at so that you can be back when we're back. So we'll be right back. Bye! And hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you did wait, we are Hard Knock Dice still. These fine lads and lasses are the same players that were here a little bit ago during the first half of this session. I am the same DM, probably. And we're returning for the second half of our Whispers in the Dust campaign, or session. We're well past the halfway point of the actual campaign itself, but for the second half of this session, we will return. Brief recap: our party were in the middle of an intense gunfight / spell slinging competition with a marshal of the Arcane Commerce Consortium, who had discovered their plot, or had at least I say discovered, stumbled into a little bit their ambush. His goons getting just completely screwed, so he had to basically fight the party 1v some. It did not quite work out for him, unfortunately. Losing some rounds, not having access to counterspell when it would have been really useful. But ultimately falling in a hail of gunfire from calico-clad Kelly. But now, as we rejoin our heroes, are they heroes? I don't know if that is a moniker that can apply in this instance. Their target is slain. However, they are currently on a train that is about 18 seconds from going off of a cliff into a chasm of doom. There is panic, yelling and shouting. Some people are just jumping out of the train. Other people don't really know what the fuck is going on. There's a lot of panic. And if I recall, like we didn't literally just have this conversation, Geist has a deck of cards that allows him to cast Arcane Gate. And I believe his plan was to cast Arcane Gate, where the party that were still remaining on the train could just run into it and be teleported 500 feet away, to safety. Unless anybody else wishes to do something different, y'all have 3 rounds. This would be easily doable.
Does everyone seem like they're making their way off the car?
Of your party?
No, of the other people.
Of the people, I mean, they definitely, this guy probably looks very concerned for his life. The last remaining train watcher that was right there, he had been hauling up one of the civilians. He probably thinks that y'all are about to kill him anyway. These guys have kind of hopped out and are not quite sure where to go. But everybody is trying to get off of the, they know the train's about to go off the edge. So they're looking for a way out. Most of them are probably just going to try jumping and hope for the best.
Word.
So the thing, and I don't know if this was something that I would have had to declare earlier, or but since we had already originally planned on framing Granger, because we had talked about using that as a frame reference, or framing them for this. I think one of the things that, because if there is any survivors, I don't care what we do, if there are any survivors, we have to make it look like it was the Worm Riders. So I think as I'm going through this gate that the professor is ushering us through, tossing the pin from Granger that had the little his little symbol,
that the gang wore inside their coats. Yeah.
So just toss it to the guy and say, "The Worm Riders send their best regards," and go through the gate.
Question: are you guys preventing any of these guys that are in this car from going through the gate?
No.
I'm gonna prevent one of them.
Which one?
How many saw these guys shoot? There's 2 of them, right?
There is one train watcher, one of the guys that was fighting back, and there are 3 civilians who were like holy shit, and just trying not to get shot themselves until they heard that the train was going to go off the side, and they realized we gotta go.
Right. Civilians can be persuaded otherwise. These train watchers are an issue.
Only one is in the car with you. The one that went out to the side, I'm gonna be honest with you, he went outside and then basically looked for a patch of what looked like hopefully sand instead of rocks and jumped. The one.
Oh, so there's 3 that saw us.
Yeah, you have this one up here who probably he saw the marshal die, and he probably went running up onto the roof, and similarly was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. If they killed one of the marshals, I'm gonna fucking die if I keep trying to fight them.
Pretty quickly, Clyde would probably throw that brake back on. so that maybe they got another round or something before they go off the edge, so that people can try to get out a little bit more.
I would shoot the brake line.
To keep it from breaking.
Correct.
Okay.
That doesn't. That I will say that won't prevent the people in the back throwing the brake.
Right.
So
I think this
that's
point is too.
I will say that Geist intentionally caused a panic.
Right.
The three things you said we had 3 rounds, right? Actually, quick question, DM, is Geist's pre-prepared sniping post anywhere on this map? Is like,
I figured it was probably.
Doesn't matter actually. Round 1, cast the gate. Round 2, rifle through the marshal's belongings and shit for anything that looks useful or valuable.
You got money.
Money, any items, potions, scrolls, and his staff. It's supposed to be a robbery if we don't take shit. It'll look kind of weird. And then
You just grab his shit. Sure.
and round 3 is going to use his action, leaving the gate open. That takes his concentration to blink back to his sniping post, and he's going to start trying to pick off any of the train watchers that made it out alive.
All right. What's your range on your gun? I mean,
A lot.
a lot.
Um,
So, I mean, the intent was for this if somehow y'all he didn't get blown up, so that you would have enough time to shoot at it as it was crossing, and then getting past, right?
yeah.
So
So
it would have been a little past
1,600 feet.
I don't actually have an exact idea of how big this map is. So we'll say you wanted it so you had 800 feet of if they made it not across. So you probably wouldn't have you probably wouldn't be able to hit anybody that was hopping off, or you'd have a very hard time. But I mean, we'll say it's not impossible.
I mean, he'll move to him if necessary, but
Sure. I mean, yeah,
No
you've got
one-
time. They're in the middle of the desert. So if your intent is to pick these guys off, you will be able to do it. There's not
Yeah,
much they can fucking do about it.
no one who is a government employee of sorts is making it out of this. So,
Sure. All right.
those are my 3 rounds. Done.
Okay. So the gate is up. So far, I need to know if somebody is stopping the train watcher that is like a civilian that was kind of panicking. He got him up on his feet and is going to like he saw that gate. He doesn't know exactly what it is, but likes his odds better with low hit points going through that rather than jumping off.
I'm going to cast suggestion on that one and just tell him that he needs to get, before he goes through anything, he needs to get everyone on this train through that gate. Physically doing it.
Sure.
DC 18.
I have a good wisdom. That's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of, as he was getting ready to pull that guy through, he just kind of comes up short and gets it past him and shoves him through and goes walking past you. Like, yell at those, like, come on, get through that portal. There's only 2 other guys. He'd be able to make it through. What round did you cast the gate on, guys?
That was the first thing because
First thing. Okay, so
allied safety first thing.
he'd still be able to make it through the portal. Is what I was saying, unless somebody physically prevents him. That because those guys are beelining for it. It's not like he's having to drag each of them. He's just kind of making sure that they go in front of him.
Okay. I just need to.
Or we can just kill him on the other side. So.
Yeah, I just need to waste some of his time. Also, there's going to be civilians over there, so I was trying to reduce the amount of witnesses.
Nobody else is coming towards you guys. Those are the only civilians that could see the gate because everybody else was busy running towards the back of the train or getting ready to jump out of fucking windows.
I guess I'll use the first round to try and pull that lever and take my second win, and with it no longer functioning, move to the next car. Use like feline agility, 60 feet to get to the next one.
Okay.
Give it a yoink.
You're looking to just try to see if maybe if you get all the breaks, maybe that'll prevent them from falling.
No,
or-
it's not going to prevent it from falling. Just giving the people some extra time to get out.
All right. So that's your first round. Are you gonna then
Well, that'd
jump
be
through
my
the portal?
first and second round.
First and second, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know if it gives it any extra time, but the last round after shouting at people to get the fuck out would just to be to behind me manifest an echo, and then when it passes, go through it outside the train.
Rather than going through the portal.
Yeah, because I'm running through the cars to try to push people out or whatever.
So you're spending all 3 rounds just trying to fucking get
Yeah.
people out. That's gonna be hard, especially in the last car. The last car is packed. There's a bunch of people on there. Like that's where everybody been directed to go. So a lot of people have been there already. They hadn't been as close to the gunfire, so they weren't sure exactly what the fuck was going on until more people came crushing up from that car directly in front of them. So I mean, if you're just trying to tell them just jump, I assume.
Yeah, telling them to like fucking jump and like if need be like shoot out fucking windows for people to like get out or something like that.
Okay. Let's see. How many people do we have left on this train car? We're gonna do this. I'm just to keep this simple. We're gonna give percentiles. 2, 3.
I don't
4,
I don't expect it to
7,
help too
8,
much.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 24. So you got 24 other people still on the train.
Right.
We'll roll some percentiles. High or low, Clyde?
Always high.
A fairly significant between you and I'll say just with like regardless of who the fuck you are, if you look battle worn for whatever reason, the remaining train watchers that were in the back that were off duty, which are the majority, a lot between you guys and them, they're able to like with a little bit of some semblance of direction. I rolled a 90 on the D100. Y'all are able to haul, like get people like they get some windows smashed open. They are getting people hauled out. They are stood on like the sides of, they get a couple of them that are on the outside at the windows, grabbing them, being like tuck and roll and pulling them through the windows. So a significant number get out. We'll say out of 24, doing this way because there was kind of a crush back there. We'll say 16 are able to get out and tossed before like helped out so that they're hopefully have survived with only some broken bones or something before the train watchers that are on the outside. They're like, we fucking, there's no time, and they have to hop themselves. And are you just jumping off yourself?
Yeah, like I was saying, manifesting the echo forward, and then the next turn as it's zipping by, going through it.
For sure. And is all the rest of you are all going through the portal / have teleported yourself away, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw for me real quick, Clyde. I don't think it'll matter because I think you have enough HP, especially after your second win, but we'll see.
19.
19? So no. Ooh, damn. Good thing you're not taking all of this. 6, 12, 22. You only end up, after a bit of a tumble, you only take about 11 points of damage.
Okay.
It's like a rock
Ow.
that hits you in the foot. You poor little toe beans are bruised. Okay. So everybody else. Guys, you teleport and then you move to have a better firing line and are started. The majority of the train watchers made it off because of Clyde's assistance. They aren't going to survive for very long. I'm assuming you're just planning to pursue until they're all dead.
Yeah, I got the day, plenty of bullets, and a very, very long range.
So
Feeling A lot of damage. Yeah.
You're far enough away. They like after they eventually realize that they're being shot at from so far away, probably get it covered. I mean, you'd get them all eventually. It's just a matter of time. Train goes off. The first train, Cerebell, the first half that you knew about that was supposed to come over, comes. Explosion of mixture of of physics as well as some magical electrical explosion, add in some colorful flare as that front half of the train comes down. You're sitting there thinking, yeah, good job, we did it. The rest of the train comes over the fucking side, just piles down on top of it, shit's on fire. Anybody who's still on that train is dead. I don't know if you've already changed the music, Jones. Okay, cool. Y'all are well and truly out of initiative, except for Geist, who is slowly picking off train watchers. I saw a raised hand.
Yes. Did you want me to roll a deception check to deceive folks that this was the Worm Riders, or no?
Unless you are walking around to all of the survivors to do that, no, because you gave that pin, like you flicked the coin to that one train watcher, and probably as soon as he stepped out of that portal, he got fucking clapped. Like he came out ushering out the rest like from behind and just gets fucking folded.
Yeah, but I mean, there was the guy that he was guiding, so he was right next to them. So I mean,
that's the guy that got shot.
No, I know that the train watcher got shot, yeah. But is Geist targeting civilians too?
The train watcher was the one guiding people out.
Right,
so
but
you gave the coin to the train watcher.
Yes, if you're wanting to make sure that those 3 civilians were witness, sure, roll a deception check.
Yes, that's I would like, because like somebody has to spread the story, and so.
I just want to let you know, if they show up and there's a body holding a coin from the Worm Riders, this is a pretty good one right there.
No, well,
he does have it in his possession. You flicked it at him, so he got it before. Yeah, so it is on his person.
Bunch of sheriff types rolling up.
But there's still the story element. This is the Wild West. Sure. If there's witnesses, it gets spread and all the things, and that was a natural 20. Plus my 7, which is
what embellishment? What are you trying to say? Like, what are the details that you're trying to use that are supposed to hook people on this story?
Basically that like I think that when I flicked it to the train watcher, it's like, good sir, let your people know that this is from Mr. Granger, and he doesn't take too kindly to folks meddling in his business. So you should tell your bosses and the folks at the consortium that we don't take it too kindly out here.
Okay. So as a threat.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, because it's like Callie knows that the big thing is that Sinclair wanted this to be a message to Slater.
Right.
And so
who employed the Worm Riders will know full well they didn't do this.
Correct. And we'll also know probably that Granger is dead. So, especially if he hasn't been like returning any of his shit or whatever.
Kind of communications for sure.
So
yeah.
This is Callie hoping that through story and through this like deception that Slater will eventually know. Well, fuck.
For sure. All right. No, that's good. I mean, between that, the people that heard it that did survive, and they would have heard those things. I mean, the body's there, and it'll be pretty obvious that somebody very intentionally picked off every like law enforcement member of this. Like even after the crash, like this looks very intentional. Like this could be.
I was planning on retrieving their bodies and dropping them into the crash as well. It was my understanding we were going to be spending some time making this look the way we need it to look.
So. I'll go ahead and tell you, with a nat 20 on that deception check, that would not be necessary, because that will make it seem like this was not an accident already. Remember, that is don't fuck with us. So
All right,
my thought is it would probably, you guys can choose otherwise, but I mean it's not gonna make it better or worse necessarily one way or the other. But either way, it's like this was done on purpose. This was not an accident. This wasn't just a smash and grab. This was sending a message to the consortium on purpose. We killed your people, and because we can, and we'll do it again.
And also double checking because it's been a minute since we had the initial briefing. So sending a message to Slater that only he would get, not the rest of the consortium, right?
Right. Exactly.
Correct. Which is why I specifically said Granger sends his regards.
One of the things that Geist would like to do before all is said and done and we bounce, I don't know how long we're going to be here. But whatever Geist's like little hitman call sign thing, subtle little like bullet held in the palm of the victim's hand or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do that in the marshal.
Okay, so you want to leave like whatever your calling card.
Yeah, he'll wrap the man, so he'll get down in the gorge, find his corpse crushed or whatever, find the hand or whatever's left of it, and get an unspent Magnum rifle cartridge in his hand, and that'll be his personal message to Slater, because Slater is probably the most suited to know what that means.
For sure, 100%. Okay. So, Bill's false trail has been laid. There are people to spread it. Probably not all of them will make it back to civilization, but enough will make it, you suspect. So like these guys aren't completely helpless. They intended to survive out here, so they'll some of them will make their way. So, job done. Y'all make I guess you're not riding a train back to Crystal Grit.
Har.
Take a bit of a
scenic route.
Take a bit of a walk.
If anything, I think that it would be reasonable that we left our horses with Sarabelle, unless we couldn't do that.
I don't see why not. She would have had to leave them somewhere up near the top of the canyon before she navigated her way down, had them picketed. Sure, she could have.
I feel like
she's
that's
magic. She could have made sure that she's got an easy way up and down. So sure, why not?
Okay.
Sarabelle blew him up.
Well then, once Callie got back to Sarabelle would have gone, or she would look to Sarabelle and went, Sarabelle, darling, your work is immaculate.
I have learned of some new abilities. They're quite satisfying.
I think so. Are we all ready to go back to Crystal Grit, my dear friends? I am tired and hurt. And actually, I can do this because we now have 10 minutes, but I am going to do a prayer of healing for everybody. So up to 6 creatures of my choice can regain 2d8 plus my spell casting modifier. So, 8. Let's see, 8.
Did Belle ever find a path down?
Yeah,
everybody.
You definitely, y'all
Okay,
would have. Yeah, y'all would have been able to you guys have enough resources between you. Y'all would have been able to get yourselves all gathered up.
Yeah. Everybody gets 17 points of healing.
I needed that.
Oh, thank you.
I bet you
I don't think I had 17 points of damage.
You know
I did
what,
not.
my guy?
I had 12, so I don't know if you can redistribute that.
No, I mean everybody gets it, so it's sort of do with that as you need.
Who are the
5 temporary hit points. Got it.
the most wounded?
Clyde, before he's second winded.
I've got a little bit below bloodied.
Okay, whoever is the most the 2 most wounded, you get a potion of healing, and you get a potion of healing.
Ooh, what's the
I just want to throw out there, for mechanic's sake, most of your travel back is going to be hand waved, unless you guys have stuff that you want to do. So if there are, unless these are
Clyde
free
will definitely
resources,
pocket that potion of healing.
Hang on to it. Might need it later.
Yeah, we can.
unless that's something that you're just is something that's created by your class or subclass.
It is.
Chris. Okay, I just wanted to
I
make sure
believe
before
you have
permanent
24 hours
resources
to
were
use it.
expended. Just wanted to make sure that it was clear that y'all are in relatively little danger on your way back.
I vote that we hand wave getting back to Crystal Grit. I don't have any.
That is the plan. Yeah, unless you guys had conversations, something you wanted to have, that was the plan. So, speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Yeah,
That's
at
good.
some point.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say whatever would have used that time, whatever we managed to scavenge before we left. So I imagine we didn't just bounce, since we basically don't really have a tight time frame. To like evaluate what we were managed to thief away.
Managed to what?
Thief away.
Is there enough material that is not completely destroyed in the 500 feet drop? I think that's what Cody's asking.
Of what nature? I mean, he pilfered like stuff off of his body, from the beginning. You said you were grabbing like valuables and stuff. What all did you grab? Because you grabbed like stuff from his pockets or like hanging pouches
Money,
and things.
magic items, and anything else that looked of import. So like a signet or important letters, anything. So money, magic items, anything that looked important.
I feel like maybe you want to keep like a signet on the guy's body.
I mean, they're gonna know who he is. So
Okay.
Maybe. His body will have probably burned and rotted to some extent.
Yeah, I
By
would
the
keep
time-
any
yeah,
kind
fine.
of.
So anything that we could use as information, though. So
Right. All right. So, I mean, if you're just stripping his body, you wouldn't have enough time to like completely strip him of everything. If you're just talking about loose items and things, I really should know better than to not decide how much money people have on their person before you guys kill them. And we're just going to use this as a blanket term because I mean these guys are fairly wealthy members of the consortium. He has just on his person on this trip had 400 gold worth of just like coins or just things that are purely valuable that you would have pulled off. Like he probably had some relatively expensive like spell components and in his little like spell component bandolier thing that he had like on his belt. There's like coins, probably had, you know, some amount of jewelry maybe.
I have it
did
listed as coins and shite. So
Right. He would have had, you know, a probably whatever, like any letters and correspondence he's had would have been in that first train car because that's where like his bag was. He wasn't wearing a backpack.
Well, that's gone.
Yeah, that's very gone. That's very gone. It'd have been easy enough for you to snag up his staff. His staff just for ease of things is basically a staff version of a wand of the War Mage. Good gracious. So valuables, that magic item, you wouldn't be able to grab his bracers, I don't think.
I mean, I was gonna go back to him to if they would have survived the fall as a magic item because I got to go put the bullet in his hot little hand. So
Sure. Those would be fine, I suppose. They'd probably be livable, workable. If the staff had been in there, that should be broken. But you'd said you took it ahead of time. They're bracers of defense. And probably we'll just say for ease of things, you would have to completely like rip his body fully from the rubble, to get
Like
more
the-
than that.
Word ripped there.
He is buried in
I
flaming
know.
metal and rocks and things. So
Totally appropriate. The mental image was just really gross.
probably one of the arms comes off while you're removing a bracer. It's just like, so you're like, I should make sure that the one that's still attached has the bullet casing in it.
Geist is much less disturbed than I am. I think that's disgusting.
Right, so getting some bracers of defense, staff of the war mage for all intents and purposes, 400 gold worth of just valuables. I'd say he probably, and if you do choose to take it, he would have his badge of office. Effectively, he would have his marshal's, like they have like a sheriff badge or like a marshal's badge.
Were there other things? Because they made a good point. Were there other things to identify his body besides that?
It'd probably be very difficult without that. At this point, his body's crushed, burned to some extent.
Okay, yeah.
It would take some doing.
Yeah,
That'd be the
leaving
most
that then.
concrete way.
Yeah, leaving that then, because that is a good point. We need to make sure it's identifiable.
And he would have had one half of a sending stone in his amongst his valuables.
And was he a wizard with a spell book?
Yeah, he'd have had a spell book, yeah.
No other potions or scrolls or anything?
Not that, no. So just for
Alright, that's
ease
it.
of not having rolled for those things ahead of time. I may change my mind in that. If I do, you'll have them later.
Sounds good. Not
But-
of immediate import.
Sure. So, any other conversations? Anything you want that wants to be done between here and returning back to Crystal Grit? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think at some point on the way back, Clyde would approach Al and ask him, "Why'd you stop the break? Why'd you shoot it?"
Is this before or after we've healed up? Is this before we've
Yeah, I'd say this is after we've done the plunder and are just on the way back.
we're just riding back to Crystal Grit
Yeah,
to make sure it went off the edge?
he was going off the edge one way or another.
Had to make sure.
Insight check.
Sure.
18.
I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, okay.
I was making sure it went off the edge.
All right.
It
All
was
right.
going 20.
Guys,
I
back
mean,
him up.
just full disclosure on this. It was going 20 miles an hour. You're hitting a brake with it. I don't know how far we are away from it while I'm focused on everything else that's going on in here. That brake could have easily stopped this car being on the front. That was my thinking when I did it, and that's Alistair's thinking when he did it as well, to make sure that it went off the edge. I didn't think that with that brake on that this thing would have gone off, or the back half would have held on or something.
Yeah.
Something
Before
worse.
the brake was lifted, y'all had timed this with the intent of making sure that there was little time to react as possible. So even braking, there was the entire possibility that braking for the full duration, like a section of that front car would have ended up hanging off the edge.
Oh, nice.
Y'all were planning for the last second pulling that brake.
Right. I was
So-
a smart guy, but doing physics like that in a matter of
Yeah.
18 seconds isn't something he's going to concern himself with.
Yeah,
so
that's what
he was
I'm
absolutely
basically
just
supporting
ensuring that it was going off.
your argument of it being pulled may very well have prevented all of them from going, is what I'm saying. Like, this is it to your benefit.
Right.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's fine. I just rather not them folks die for no reason. That kind of puts a mark on you. Sometimes,
I'm very well aware about your affections for the innocent. You have voiced that quite loudly.
no, I don't really care two shits. Most of them are fucking idiots or taking advantage of somebody else who's probably also a fucking idiot.
Maybe we are more alike than I thought.
But doing that kind of thing does leave a mark on you. And like I alluded to earlier before we left Crystal Grit, I'm trying not to do that kind of thing because it affects your soul, and mine's not there. So I'm borrowing one for a little while, and I don't want to fuck it up. And walks away.
Mr. King.
Mm.
Right when you go to walk or pull away. You're borrowing a soul.
Yeah.
Whose?
Who the hell you think you let me have part of their soul? My wife.
I assume this comes at a cost. To at least you or both.
I mean, yeah. It ain't easy having half a soul. I mean, I don't know how it works. Ask her about it.
And where did yours go?
Sold it.
I don't know many salesmen in that area.
Yeah, me neither. Just found the one in the sewers.
Does this sound
Anyway.
familiar at all with an Arcana check?
You can roll either an Arcana or a History check. I'll let you choose.
History is. They're about
I mean,
the
and
same.
you're a storyteller. I'll say you can make the roll with advantage.
Sick.
Like telling tales and knowing things is like, yeah, that feels like your wheelhouse.
Worth one of mine. Oh, damn it. 17.
17. I mean, that's not bad at all. Was that Arcana or History?
They're both the same check. So
Okay.
whatever you think is more apt to the roll.
But yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, you're not intimately familiar. Alistair has not himself encountered any of these kinds of entities. But I mean, like I said, you're a storyteller. I mean, you've looked for.
I just also want to add the context of the coin that I carry around.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But you look for tales and things that are interesting, right? Like you're pursuing interesting stories and seeing where they lead. And it's not common knowledge, but it's there are plenty of people who do know throughout the world. I mean, there are things besides the gods that are powerful that do act upon this world. They may not be all-knowing and omnipotent, but I mean, compared to mortals, I mean, might as well be, right? Now, they may not act out in the open for fear of garnering attention from something greater than themselves, but there are plenty of them, and they act in their own ways. And I'd say there's no single thing, but there are different tales. There are creatures that gift powers for a price. And selling a soul sounds familiar. Sometimes those souls are then resold in the form of a coin. It depends on the boon asked or the favor given.
If you have sold yours, I assume you don't know what happens afterwards.
No. You kind of don't ask those kinds of questions or really care if you ain't got a soul. Kind of just do what the body tells you to do. And I was good at killing. Sold my soul to kill better. Killed real good for a good long while.
So, your favor is your soul for your shadowy duplicate.
You got it. I don't do this kind of stuff without knowing liquid magic, for just born with it or something.
Interesting. And your wife is aware.
Huh?
Your wife is aware.
Yeah, she saved me. She did it.
Alistair, I'd say this tale does not sound unfamiliar to you. You've probably chatted with some other folks who have done similar things, because some of their stories are fairly interesting.
I'll chat with him for as long as he wants to talk about it. I'll keep asking questions for as long as you'll sit there and ride alongside me.
Sure. Clyde will give you, I guess if you're asking for his whole story, he'll give you a brief rundown of being a little kitty cat in the slums of Asterholm, murdering people in the alleys to get money and food to feed his siblings, eventually doing it professionally and selling his soul to some entity in the darkness of the sewers who gave him the powers of being able to teleport around and do crazy shit. And then he proceeded to do his job very well in Asterholm, incarcerated many times, walked out of any jail cell he was ever put in, killed hundreds of people. And then one day, he had a job to kill a noble, and a childhood friend of his that he was kind of sweet on that got scurried away to become a court wizard was the person that was supposed to be defending this dude. And he used that to his advantage to blow his head off, and she had to run away with him at that point because now she failed to protect her charge.
Alistair, did Alistair ever go to Asterholm? Do you think he spent any time there?
Where is Asterholm?
Asterholm is one of the I believe is on kind of in the more northerly part of Ersticia, so of that primary continent. Ersticia, Veridland, all of those countries are on that same continent. I'm just asking if you think if his travels brought him there.
Probably, but I'll roll for it. I'll do a little high-low. That's an 8%, so no, not much time, if at all.
All right.
I'll idly listen. I think Al's probably a pretty good multitasker, considering he's writing down notes and stuff a lot of the time. But also, I'm gonna be considering something, and that is, if I could get a killer to owe me a favor, a killer like Clyde to owe me a favor more so than he does a demon, how could I possibly use my coin to forgo his deal? That's what I'm going to be considering while listening to his story.
I'll say just kind of continuing after 17, some of your initial thoughts are you'd have to find the thing that made the deal with him in the first place. Probably.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was maybe like rinse and clean some of the souls that I have in there currently and placing a soul anew. Like that, not dealing with that original entity, but at all, but be like, here's your second chance sort of deal. But instead of owing a entity a favor, now you owe Alistair a favor, which is the better option probably.
You'd probably have to find a either very, very well-informed practicer of the arcane arts, or you probably have to find a relatively, probably not at the same level of like an arcane, like a wizard who had to do that, would have to be much stronger than probably a still relatively powerful or devoted cleric. You know, it would either take a powerful wizard or a quite skilled practitioner of divine magic.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah. Those are probably things like that's probably what it would take. And the arcane method probably would be less perfect. It'd be less clean. It would work, but it would probably involve something a little wonky.
Oh, I love that. Come on, dog. I'm all about the wonky.
I'm just saying,
that's the direction
you have
I want to
met
go.
a creature this campaign that its physical form houses many souls.
Right.
And that is through a creation of arcane magic. So you know it's very possible.
I mean, Al's a talker, and right now I don't give a shit. So he'd bring it up to Clyde along the way. Again, however, Alistair is going to talk to you if you sit there. That is going to happen. So if you're going to spill all of that, he'd bring up the potential for it as he's just like stream of consciousness thinking about it. It's like, if someone had portions of soul to begin with, replace your soul, maybe a clean slate. It could get weird. It could change you. Not saying that would be a bad thing. Maybe you'd be more talkative. I've been talking for the past 35 minutes and you haven't said a single damn thing. But a possibility. And maybe no other favors owed in the afterlife.
I like this one. Rita might get jealous. Got somebody else's soul in me.
Well, I'm saying if you could perhaps give that back to her. Be a bit of an exchange, like stacking and unstacking cups, maybe. But
I don't mean any offense when I say this, but have you ever understood yourself to be a monster and have an ability to change that a little bit?
Have I ever understood myself to be a monster and had the ability to change it?
Yeah.
No.
It's a hard thing to understand, but when you suddenly get feelings again for the first time in about, I don't know, over a dozen years, it ain't a pretty thing to have. And this one's a good one. As having one before and not having one for a little while, I like this one. So I want to keep it clean as I can.
interesting line of work to take up for someone trying to keep clean, Mr. King.
Well, the world's a shitty place, and mostly we murder shitty people, and I'm all right with that. Just not the ones trying to get rich quick or some dumb shit out in the middle of this forsaken place.
Even for me, that's a shaky line of logic. But I will let
I don't
you
make the fucking rules. I just know it ain't good for the soul. Hell, you try to tell your paramour in there, hey, well, you know, mind taking your dress out and getting it dirty. What do you think she'd do with a soul? If you're taking her soul out and getting it dirty, that's not very appreciative.
I suppose.
Yeah. Well, okay. He just fucking walks off.
All right. Anything else? Anybody? All right. How exciting! How informative! What a fun time.
just for Al to know.
Well, hey man, that's what I was kind of hoping that Al had been to Asterholm, because I mean, he might have noticed something you didn't during your time soulless. So. Fun, or heard something about your
If
time
it was in
soulless.
Verdland, I would say absolutely. I didn't know I didn't realize it was a whole nother country.
Yeah, Asterholm is the more what's the word I'm looking for? More industrious nation.
Yeah.
They're famed for like their artifice. Like they're the first ones to invent one of those trains that you just blew the fuck up. Like, a lot of those inventions come from there, and well, you know, more recently, they're the branches of the consortium that are there, but they have famous colleges and things.
Yeah, I imagine Clyde having grown up on like Jack the Ripper-esque type kind of streets and shit like that.
That's kind of what I picture. It's like
Yeah.
factories and things like that. don't know if any of y'all noticed. It's not great to not be rich in more or less anywhere. Like
it's not that in
being poor in
real
any of these
life.
countries is just kind of shitty. Like, it's not a great time. But anyway, so
Realism in fiction.
your time pass, well, especially in like a more kind of Wild Westy time. There was a lot of reason people came to America to search for a better life. It was not fun in Europe. But you guys travel along at the very least a few days, ride out because y'all wanted to make sure that the train was not too close to Crystal Grit when it went down. You know, get a decent amount of plausible deniability simply through space. But you guys make it back. Y'all had a sending stone, so I assume y'all communicated with Sinclair that, you know, job's done, boss, and to inform him when you guys got there. But when you guys arrive back in town, y'all are invited back. Of course, after, you know, a little bit of time to refresh yourselves, you know, wash the dust from the road out your throats with some shots of whiskey, you know, shower, shave, I don't know,
And cinnamon rolls.
and cinnamon rolls, of course. The
Ooh.
Crystal Grit, it's called, I don't know, we don't want to copyright infringe. Cinnagrit, Crystal Bond, I don't know. We'll workshop the
We'll work it
franchise
out.
name.
That makes my teeth hurt just thinking that.
Good.
Crystal
There are
Bond.
magic crystals in it. That's why they're so delicious.
It's meth.
They're bright blue crystals are
That-
embedded in the fucking
That's
cinnamon
why
roll.
the earth elementals go crazy. They're all
Wild.
strung out.
Goodness.
The secret ingredient is drugs.
But I will say,
Wasn't Saul Goodman working at a Cinnabon at the end of all that?
oh fuck. Hey,
Yeah.
focus. On track. Come on. So I will say probably the last 2 days, or maybe not, actually not the last 2 days. I'm thinking like y'all still have the crystal. The last night that y'all sleep, y'all once again experience the nightmares.
God damn it.
Visions of slaughter and need on such a base level that it is overwhelming. The voice of hundreds of different inputs. And y'all know, yeah, whatever the thing is, it definitely after the original thing decayed, it has followed it. But summoned to y'all don't get jumped though. That's nice. There are definitely people on alert. Y'all notice like there's definitely an uptick of. It looks like from Bell and Callie's perspective, it doesn't look like any of the miners are mining. It looks like almost every single one, like you see them kind of out and about patrolling, like looking out of the town.
Oh, so they had a visit, it seems like.
Y'all told them it was coming.
Oh, okay.
Y'all explained what had happened, so they were prepared.
They're going to protect that lamp with everything they got.
Do we see a dumbass wizard strung up out there as an example?
You don't see him strung up because he's in the meeting. He was told to get as much information. Probably the last communication you had with Sinclair was when he said, you know, get yourselves cleaned up when you return and then come to my abode. Buchanan has information to share. So y'all would come in. Y'all wouldn't be in his office. Dude needed more space. Y'all are led down into the cellar where Sarah Bell is at least familiar. She took an individual down there previously, except now instead of being set up as an interrogation room, it's fucking Charlie Day from goddamn It's Always Sunny. There's papers and things strewn everywhere. Like, it looks like they knew you were coming and he was told to set up all of his information in whatever way he needed to be able to properly express to you guys what he had found out. Sinclair is down there with both this go around, with both Miss Thornton and Mr. O'Malley. He is, of course, seated in a fairly cushioned chair off to the side and just gestures for you guys to heed Mr. Buchanan. Information is gathered in your absence regarding this creature and how best to perhaps slay it, if you are interested, of course.
Gotta do something.
That's quite right, Miss Callie. At the question, and this dude does not look like he's probably not slept since y'all left. His like giant eyes, giant bags under his eyes. He does have a couple of fingers on one of his hands wrapped in a cast. And he starts gesturing, starting over here. Like I said, I thought this creature was a bit of a myth or something along the lines of that was in the ruins. It's my understanding of their language isn't perfect. But they said that there was a demon. It was a demon and they made it, which that doesn't make any sense. The demons, they come from a different plane. They're not created, not here. They come here. So I thought perhaps maybe it continue, Mr. Buchanan, if that's relevant. Yeah, yes, sir. Sorry. The crystal, the gem. They made them so that they could go farther west. There's nothing alive there. It's hellish. You think the rest of the continent is bad? Nobody's made it really far. Large and in part, it's deadly. It's inhospitable. There's no water. There's nothing to eat. These gems seem to be their solution. I don't know why they needed to go so bad. What was intact was just that they needed to.
Quite frankly, I'm shocked that we're all even here. So I don't think that that's that much more of a stretch.
Anyway, some of their initial expeditions, they thought they just must have died. They never heard back from them after a while. And then people started dying earlier on. They sent secondary expeditions. They lost contact with them earlier. At some point, their outer strongholds were attacked. And there are even records of some of these some of these forts fell. Some of these fortresses, which seem to be their centers of commerce or their largest cities, these were the center of them. Oh, but these creatures, they describe them like you said, big and like some of the miners have seen past couple nights. Big gem in the center, slaughter whoever, parts of their body made of rock. What you said, and they just want more of these gems. They fuse them with themselves. They seem to need them. They call them fiends and demons because they seem to have some similar properties. Radiant, you said the radiant damage, the radiant spells and divine magic that you use seem to be most effective. That's exactly why. They know they made them. They don't know how. It seemed that what their wizards were able to determine was, over time, if the individuals they didn't gain their own sustenance, they became more and more dependent on the gem to suck the ambient magic into them and convert it into sustenance. It became kind of like a drug, except a lot worse. They needed it. They could not survive without it, and over time, what they had wasn't enough. They needed more, so they killed each other and took them. And it seems like perhaps some of the magics in here, maybe some of the abjurative and enchantment magic snared the souls at the time of death and put them into the whoever won. So they went crazy, and you mix crazy with this overwhelming need for this thing, and that's what you get. They kept healing. The magic seemed to act multiplicatively. The pieces of their body became stone as more and more of the ambient magic was used to heal or construct or protect them. So fiends, this divine magic, you're radiant
Right.
damage hurts them.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of souls, there's a lot of minds in their head. If you're able to damage them from their mind, that seems to also be extraordinarily effective. You disrupt all that's going on in there, it'll hurt them real bad. That seemed to be the way that they were tended to be able to drive them off.
Mr. Buchanan, you keep saying they. Are you telling me that there are more of them out there right now?
I don't know. There were multiple. The records indicate a lot of it was stories. There's not a lot that's concrete. I had to contact some colleagues, former colleagues, and wheedle a little bit of extra information because there's not a ton in each of these fortresses individually. I had to find some more information to get something a little more concrete. He says that, kind of glances down at his fingers, but that's what it seems. It seems that there was not only one instance of these. I don't know if this may be the last one, or maybe maybe they went into some kind of hibernation after the last of these gems were no longer available. Once these people died out, they fled. We still don't know where they went. That's part of what we're trying to figure out. Maybe they left east. Maybe they came to us over near Stysia. We don't know. There's no evidence. There's no skeletons. There's no slaughter. These guys didn't kill all of them, but they either left or something else did and ate them or something. I don't know.
We didn't find any evidence of the people left over, did we?
No.
So
they're basically the people that lived here more or less vanished without a trace. There are some like artifacts and things that are in each of these forts or fortresses, but they're not like remains. There aren't skeletons and things.
No, I'm talking about when so with Granger's men, Granger like that he said that his men got eaten along the way. And we saw evidence of a fight with the big claw things, but we didn't see any evidence of a dead person, did we?
No, you saw the remains of a gun that had been clawed basically in half. I mean, you don't think that you wouldn't assume that it had consumed them. Granger, that they had a conflict with this thing. They ran into it while they were on the road, so they probably took their dead with them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Either that or they buried them or they got rid of them somehow.
Okay.
Would be your assumption.
Fair.
But yeah. Divine magic, they seem to possess similar qualities to fiends. It may not be exactly one, but they seem to at least share an aversion to divine magics. And it seems like there's so much going on in their head that if you were able to assault them psychically, that seems to be incredibly effective. It seems to you can either drive them off more effectively, or perhaps they may just make them easier to kill in general.
Right. Well, Mr. Buchanan, I do think that we appreciate this information as I look up to my fellows.
Y'all got any sources of radiant and psychic damage? I mean, come on, you got anything in town
Sure.
hanging out?
If you give me bullets that can do that, I'm sure I can
Yeah.
put that to good use.
He starts to kind of go, I don't think there's. And he looks over at Sinclair. Let me get back to my to my workshop, and I'll
Mr. Buchanan.
perhaps on the psychic side of things I can find something.
That and you and I maybe could figure something out. I do have and I pull out my holy symbol and go, maybe we can figure something out.
Sure,
I was mostly being sarcastic.
Why?
Glances over at Sinclair again. I'll see what I can find. I'll any further discussion, I'll leave y'all to it. You know where to find me. I'll see what I can do. He fucking gathers up a handful of
Bounces.
notes and fucking
Yeah.
So
I guess there ain't much for enchanting. Shit.
it is not his primary skills.
All right.
But he-
No, but oh, sorry, Mr. Sinclair. Did not mean to interrupt you.
He is not entirely inept in the field. Yes.
I was just
Okay.
gonna say I do have some things that I can do my best at buffing my fellows, so we can work from there and work out.
I see. Well, I would prefer not to abandon such a resource, if possible. We know where they stumbled. But in order to decide whether there's anything good that can come of it, the creature must be either driven off or slain. Further riches will line your pockets. Further aid will be offered in whatever pursuits you personally desire if you continue to work in my employ as offered previously.
When you say aid in whatever pursuits,
What
could
do
we
you
meet
want?
privately tomorrow?
He thinks it over. He just kind of looks at you, taps his fingers. I will find an empty place in my schedule for you.
Much appreciation, sir.
I do not require an answer this instant.
I
If you will
mean,
not handle it, I will find a way to handle it myself.
you got a lot of connections and stuff, right? You can probably order some kind of psychic or mind damaging magic thing or something that can channel some holy this, that, and the other.
Mr. King, I'd like to point out that we blew up the rail that would have allowed us to get that stuff in a timely manner.
It would take time. And it would not be subtle in all of the ways. There will be people that would notice. And they may
Sure.
ask questions.
Right, but I mean, if you had connections or some strings to pull to get it here, if these things gobble up them stones that are worth so much, I imagine they got, what, a few dozen in them at least once you crack this thing open after it's killed over?
That is part of what I would like to find out.
So, a little bit of an investment to make sure your golden goose gets cooked.
Perhaps.
I mean, if it's possible, we'll make do with what we got.
Ponder my offer, assuming that is so.
Alright.
I do not ask for an immediate answer. Go, talk amongst yourselves. Perhaps visit Mr. Buchanan. See what he may conjure for you.
Alright.
An answer would be appreciated no longer than a day. We are well defended, but we still have our casualties.
I mean, he's got plenty of legs we can shoot off if he keeps regrowing them, so as far as I'm concerned, we got him.
We will have an answer for you by tomorrow morning, Mr. Sinclair. And I sort of unceremoniously stand up and nod to him and go, by your leave, we can go and have a conversation at the sunrise.
He stands up from his chair and starts kind of gestures in dismissal as he walks over to some of the papers that Buchanan left behind and he begins to peruse.
Clyde seems a little bit in disbelief that anyone would just turn the offer down, but it follows out anyway. Kind of just sort of like, yeah, we'll just hang out here and wait for it to come kill us anyway. Or, we'll hop on the train that's not there anymore and just go somewhere else.
I
You
think-
could leave.
We've kind of put ourselves in this situation. We'll just go to that neighboring town that it's already terrorized, and we killed the people there.
There may be some people left. Anywho, as you guys exit to ponder this last request, if not to decide yes or no, at the very least to decide what you all may be able to do about it. That's where we're going to end tonight's session. It's 11:05. My eyeballs feel like they're on fire. Woo! Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did. I've been waiting to exposition dump about that monster for literally months. So I'm so excited. Hell yeah. So we do this every Wednesday for the foreseeable future. This is the Whispers in the Dust here at Heart and Heart Dice. It's just on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. So keep coming back until we tell you not to. Easy math. On Saturdays, however, we have our Across Eberron campaign, which is DM'd by my boy Alex or Alistair. He is Eberron God. It is bad. Oh, it is so bad. It's so bad. Oh, and I'm not going to elaborate on that. You'll just have to come see. But that's on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, this Saturday, we will not be doing that because real life happens. It'd be like that. But instead, we'll be having a Warforged one-shot, which is going to be kind of sci-fi horror. It is still in that same Across Eberron universe, just in space. With things that are going on in that narrative, but in the space out around Eberron. It's gonna be cool. A very different vibe. I'm super hyped for it. But we'll be doing that same time though at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Aside from that, yeah, we're gonna raid the Dungeon Run. They also do TTRPG things based off of their name. So go show them love and appreciation because we want to support each other. Supportive communities stand together and taller and all of that. So we'll see y'all later. Bye. Don't eat crystals. They're bad for you. Except more about diamonds. So don't eat jewels.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't stick
Crunch, crunch,
marbles up
crunch.
your nose.